hot mic, but it's turned off right now.
How'd the newcomer session go?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really
I
good.
stepped in.
I
You were up front.
enjoyed
You hadn't
that.
broke them out in
Yeah.
a small group. It looked like really engaged.
I really wanted to go to yours. One, because you. Two, because you asked. Three, I'm really interested in AI. Like I'm a advocate of it so far.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to see what you were talking about in relation to track and meets and meet management. It went well, I assume?
I didn't get a single boo.
We'll get started here in just a second. It's tradition. Our first guest always has to be this guy right here, Blake Bolden from the Drake Relay. So we'll get started in just a minute as we let people get into the room.
And a few people even stay awake.
Yes, so stupid.
I didn't know. That's like, okay.
It's over there, so you'll have to believe me. On my book bag, I started collecting all the pins and stuff that people give me, right? And they all fall off. I think it's because I have it in the thing where I stuff. Two have only survived. One, for some reason, the Texas AD one is still on there. The Drake is the other one. It won't fall off.
Good. We hang in there.
That's right, exactly. Doing this for the first time, live on Instagram.
Cool.
I've never done it on Instagram. If you can, hey, can you tell me? Can you hear this very well? I don't even know because we're not using mics. We're using mics for YouTube. Let me know if you can even hear this, or you're just looking at least one pretty face, and you tell me which one's the pretty one. All right, you all set? Turned on?
Yep.
I meant the mic. If you're turned on, okay, good. Man, if we're gonna talk about. Do you know this guy?
Nope.
You need to know Dave Enright.
Hey, Dave.
Great coach. Who's this?
It's my son.
I was hoping it was son. That's really what I was hoping. We'll get both of you sit down here a little bit. Dave, great coach, East Kentwood, Michigan, and just wrote a book. It's fantastic.
Great.
All right, hey, here we are. It's official. We're live once again at the USTFCCCA. Everybody makes jokes about all the many C's. It's cross country and coaches. We should get this right. United States Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. Although I abbreviate it all the time. I just say USTFCA. It's no slight to my cross country coaches, and I've got one of my better distance guys here. So thanks again for joining us here on the live taping of the Gill Connections podcast, coming straight from where we at. We're in Grapevine. We're in Dallas this year, and we'll be there next year as well. Have a lot of fun doing these, and I hope you enjoy them as well. And added bit this year, we're live on Instagram as well. Who knows if that's going to work out or not. I just saw the decathlon coach, combined events coach from University of Texas is on here now. I'm going to give shout outs all night. Let's get started. It is tradition that here on the Gill Connections podcast, when we do it live at USTFCCCA, that our leadoff has to be the same person. You need a good leadoff if you're going to have a good relay, and we've got one of the best. Why don't you start off by introducing yourself, young man, and let's get to it.
Blake Bolden. I am Blake Bolden here from Drake University, Senior Associate Athletic Director and Director of the Drake Relays.
How many years now?
This is my 10th year.
10 years. How long were you at
Indianapolis? I was in Indianapolis for 5. So I have been out of the day-to-day of coaching for 15 years.
That seemed, I thought you were there for a long time.
It felt
now
like a
to
long
know
time,
that
but it
you're
was good.
10
now double
at
that.
Drake.
Yeah. Not through 10. I'm in my 10.
In 10. Yeah. We'll see.
That's it.
You got to get through the
one day at a time.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Tell me what's going on new at Drake Relays. One of my favorite meets in the whole world. We got 2026 coming up. Anything new and exciting to look out for?
Yeah, well, thanks for giving me the chance to plug it. I think the trick, the key is that we are a university and college meet, and we remain focused on that, and that's a big part of why we're here. Dating back to the middle of the 20th century, Bob Earhart, the meet director for more than 3 decades, always said that the meat and potatoes of the Drake Relays are the college athletes and the high school athletes, and that's never going to change. We will, in December 5th, USATF did announce the 2026 USATF Tour, and we're just one of 3 collegiate events on there alongside SAC and Penn. So it's great to be in that company.
What did you have to do for that? Because there's a lot of other great meets out there, maybe not as intricate and historical as Drake Relays, but there's some great meets out there. What did you have to do to qualify for that? That's a big deal.
And they sent out an application process, so anyone could apply to be on. And really, though, it does require you to have a World Athletics permit on the gold, silver, or bronze tour, or on the World Athletics Continental Tour at the gold, silver, or bronze level. Mm-hmm. And we have, as a collegiate meet and a leader in the U.S., we've been on that tour every year since it was founded in 2019.
That's awesome. So what does that mean? Does that mean like, do we get extra, I'm going to call it support funding? Like we're going to see some more races that maybe we haven't seen traditionally?
I mean, frankly, very candidly, for the Drake Relays, it doesn't mean a whole lot of new change,
Right.
but it's a testament to from USA Track and Field that they've been more thoughtful in a season-long coherent plan and a tour announcement. And I think for the meets that have changed the most were those non-collegiate meets over the summer. But what it does mean for collegiate athletes is there will be now 3 opportunities for collegiates to compete alongside professionals to earn world ranking points, which, I mean, frankly, in many events in the U.S., if we talk men's shot put, men's 100 meters, you have to have the world standard to be, our top 10. So that is what it is. But in many events, men's javelin, women's javelin, American or international, those world ranking points are key in qualifying for world championships, distinguishing yourself as an athlete beyond just the conference and national championships.
Right. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Hey, this year.
I love it.
Well, what am I going to do?
No, that's great.
This year for the interview, we always have some kind of little theme, right? You again, thank you so much. You're such a great supporter of what we do at Gill Athletics, and for me personally.
Yeah, we've been great partners, good friends for a long time.
We have kind of like a theme. The first year we did random questions.
Yeah.
I can't remember what second year was. Last year we did predictions.
Yeah.
This year, because you know me well enough, this is not going to surprise you.
It might.
Now you're a director, not a coach anymore, but this is still going to be applicable. We call everybody coach all the time. We ask them how their team's doing, all those kind of things. I'm not done with that, but I want to put that to the side, and I want to know Blake.
Okay.
So here's my question. This is going to be my question of the night for everybody.
All right.
Blake, give us your geekdom, your nerddom. What are you? Maybe you are you love COD, not the fish, the game. Maybe you
COD is a game?
Yeah, Call of Duty. Well, we know it's not that. You are a stamp collector. You are. I'm trying to visit the capital of every state in the country. There's something that you are just a nerd besides running.
Oh, man.
What is that for you, Blake?
No, I just presented at 3 on AI and track and field. I'm presenting on Thursday about aligning our sport with the modern mission of college athletics. And
I'm not sure that's great because the modern mission might not be great right now. But okay, I'm with you.
But I think we have one choice, and that is to do that or
right.
Or what?
Go by the wayside.
Yep. So all that to be said, I am track all the time.
No. What's a show that you're binge watching? What's
all right. So a show that I'm binge watching that's not a track and field show. I mean, because honestly, most of the stuff I watch there, like
Sprint on Netflix.
Yeah, well, that was okay. Money Game on Amazon Prime. Now that's not track.
Is that the Beast?
No, that is about LSU and name, image, likeness. If you haven't seen
I want to see that
because that is actually many parts of that is central to what I'm talking about on Thursday.
Yeah, I love
that. But that I would call as track and field or business.
Yeah.
So I would tell you, Slow Horses on Apple TV. That's
that about?
Gary Oldman plays like a washed-up old British MI6.
Okay.
And he gets all of the agents that are so bad that they can't function as agents anymore, but they don't want to fire them because then they go on the loose, and it's and they end up solving all of the world's problems, and it's fun, kind of exciting, like a dark comedy drama. I don't know exactly how it's categorized, but that's one that I got into Apple TV because of kind of in the coaching world. You got to watch Ted Lasso. That's like table setting if you're
very good.
But then I got this damn subscription. Sorry, my language. I got this subscription, and I'm like, what
am I gonna do now?
What does Apple TV have between seasons?
It's all Ted Lasso. That's it. 24/7 Ted Lasso.
So then, if you're like me and you got some Apple TV for Ted Lasso, check out Slow Horses. It's
all right, good. See, now, first of all, it's always great to have a friend up here to kind of get through that. I'm trying to get to the meat of what I'm actually going to get.
Yeah, because everybody's going to try.
I'm going to get
Everybody's going to try and say that.
I track 24/7.
But they're not
healthy.
No,
and it's not healthy.
I know, but I announced the track meet on Saturday in Spokane. I flew here, and I've got a million things. Like I officiate. I announce. I'm in it.
I love it.
But yeah, that's right. You got to encourage us all to think outside of that.
That's right. All right, man. Anything to plug or anything? We already talked about Drake Relays 2026.
No.
No?
I mean, I could talk for 2 hours. No. I just want to thank you for having me on.
20 seconds.
No, it's great. I mean, DrakeRelays.org for all the news, and we've got 3 big announcements already this year. Looking for an exciting 2026, and of course, that's just a start to build. This is our centennial year of Drake Stadium, so Track and field have been setting American records, national records, world records in Drake Stadium for 100 years this spring. So,
And you're going to carry us for another 100.
I won't be there for all of them, but I'd like to set the thing
Yeah.
up so that it is in a
I
sustainable
think
way.
about that with Gill. 'Cause
For 100
we were 1918, right? So we're 107 now, and I go, man, I don't want to be the reason why we stop at 110. Like, it's going to go 200. Let me be just this. I'm in this small window in reality of what I'm at Gill. How do I carry? You
That's
gotta
right.
think that way.
Yeah, of course. And I know that that's the way, Tim Weaver, Milo Donnelly,
Yeah,
Tim Byers
yeah,
thought about
right.
it, Kansas relays.
Right,
And
right.
that's the world that we're in, where
Yeah.
if you're in the seat of a meet director, particularly an event with that type of tradition, that's the goal.
Yeah.
And every single year is to think about not just checking the box 1 year at a time.
Yeah.
It's a problem that has to be resolved every single year.
Yeah, love it. DrakeRelays.org.
That's right.
All right, let's go over there. Let's support them. We got some amazing meets in this country. And you know what? None of these meets, zero, happen without human beings behind them. So, Blake, your team, just grateful for you, your officials, everybody. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks, Mike.
All
Thanks for
right,
having me on.
Yep, thank you, man. Love you, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah, likewise. Of course.
You only get on if you give me gifts. So you already gave me a gift though. So come on in and sit down. Grab the mic there. So this year, live on YouTube, which you're used to because you're not a rookie. You've done this a couple times, and Instagram for the first time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Look, there's the Rutgers coach. He's on here. We've already had Texas's multis coach. We got everybody. Go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hey, I'm Dave Espinoza. I'm the assistant track and field coach at the University of Pikeville.
Where in the world is University of Pikeville?
Pikeville is in eastern Kentucky. So if you're a history buff, Hatfield McCoy feud, we are like the smack dab epicenter of that. So we're about 2 hours south of Huntington, West Virginia,
Okay.
about 2 hours north of Johnson City, Tennessee.
And do I remember right? At least this is what I have in my head. The campus is up on a hill or something like that.
We are in the Appalachian Mountains,
Yeah,
so
okay.
we're surrounded by mountains.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's I've never. It must have been had to be a conversation you and I have. That's always in my head whenever I think of you
Our,
in
our
University
new
of Pikeville.
facilities going up on top of
Yeah,
a hill.
maybe that's where. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, first of all, let's not be awkward. You brought something.
I did. You've been asking for this for quite a while. You were a fan of our new logo, so I brought you University of Pikeville.
Is this a
hat.
new one? I'm not going
It's
to get
brand
like
new. You can look.
lice.
The-
Okay, yeah. I
the
don't want to
tag
get
is on
lice or
there.
whatever.
So there you go.
I think it looks good. I love this logo, dude. I really do. I love this. It's great. Okay, this year. So you've been on this before. We always have a theme every year. This year the theme is every time I see you, I call you coach, and everybody around here calls you coach, all that kind of good stuff. I want to put that to the side. I want to talk about David.
Okay.
David, outside of your job is to coach track. It's not who you are. You're David first. What's your geekdom? What's your nerddom? What are you? You're binge watching a show. You like to collect stamps. You like to scale the tallest 7 mountains in the country or whatever. I don't know. What are you nerd about?
So right now it's video games.
Oh.
I've been playing Arc Raiders with my brother.
That's a big game right now.
So
Are you more of an aggressive guy, an aggro, or are you more of a
more passive?
Quest?
My guy is very low level right now. I literally just started probably 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So,
What were you playing before that? 'Cause that's a fairly new game.
Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. on
I know
Xbox.
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
It's an older game, and they just redid it. And
Yeah.
so I've been-
I like to watch some Twitch TV. By the way, I totally forgot. We are on Twitch now, twitch.tv/Gill Athletics. All of the interviews, so you're on there, runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week now. So I got up, couldn't sleep, got up at 2 a.m. and just put on twitch.tv/Gill Athletics, and you were on there. I was like, and I immediately went to sleep. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I like video game. I'm a Fortnite guy.
Okay.
But I did just see where someone did a test. They do for Arc Raiders, like if you're more of an aggro player, they put you in aggro maps or server, whatever, matchups. And if you're more of a quester type, they put you in there, which I think that's cool. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think my brother's like 50-50, so we're probably getting, because we got wiped the other day.
Yeah.
Second, we got tried to escape.
Yeah.
We got hammered, and I was so mad.
Have you been a video game guy like from a kid?
I have. So I don't play Fortnite because they don't have legacy controls. So my
I play on a
sticks,
Switch, by the way.
my
so.
sticks are opposite. So like I like to invert my y-axis, so my down is up and my up is down,
Yes.
and then my striping is a little bit
I
different.
feel like you, at least on the planes, you can do that.
Yeah.
I know that because I remember seeing that in the setting.
Certain games you can do it. So
Yeah.
Fortnite you can't.
Yeah.
But I got into GoldenEye.
Oh,
Was like
yeah.
my game.
Yeah,
and
yeah. The old
Perfect
school.
Dark and
Some of the old
Halo.
school.
Yeah.
What was your
So-
first system?
We had a Nintendo, like
Nice. That's
regular
insane.
Nintendo.
We had an Atari, but
So
the NES was like the first, like, holy crap, like game. Like that's a thing. I could be a gamer.
yeah, I'm not a PlayStation person. Though.
Yeah. I think
Xbox and Nintendo.
I had a PS3. I had an Xbox at one point. Now my son plays on the Xbox. I play on the Switch just because it's easier.
I have a Switch as well.
Yeah.
It's more usually for my nephews to play.
Yeah.
Don't play it too often.
I love it. David, what do you got to plug for us, man? What do we something coming up new for the school? You excited about this one recruit? I don't know. What do we?
Yeah, I mean, we're excited about the new year. So, I took a step down from the director position at UPike to increase our coaching staff. So, I have a new director of cross country and track and field at the University of Pikeville, Anthony Kowalczyk. So him and I have been working great together, trying to build the roster up even more, everything like that. And, we continue to move forward, building at the University of Pikeville. So
when you look at, oh man, Noah Lyles?
I do not.
Do you know who I'm talking about when I say Noah Lyles?
But I have not met this man in person.
My favorite person in the world, his coach, just hopped on. Lance, I love you, brother. Hope all's well. When I look in the dictionary of selfless, I find you, my friend, because I want to make sure people heard this, because this isn't done. No one does this. You said, I stepped down from my director position so that we could increase our staff.
Yes.
Bro.
Yeah.
I know no matter what, that wasn't an easy decision, but
No.
you made that decision, and your athletes and future athletes could gain from people you don't even know are going to gain from that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, it was one of those things where, I was floating around with a team of 30 to 35 athletes, and it was, I was by myself, and I knew for us to get bigger, the staff had to get bigger. And so this was the proposal that was made, and I didn't hesitate doing it. So
I got to host the Coaches Newcomer seminar today, and one of the topics that we discussed was leadership and being leadable. And I said, how do you expect to be a leader if you ain't leadable? And again, just an amazing testimony for that, my friend, along with a lot of your other testimony, my friend.
The health
that's
played a little
amazing.
bit of a factor too.
Sure.
But ultimately, is to get more coaches, get teaching, other events within the.
Well, check out University of Pikeville, and if you see the new head coach, man, tread lightly. What you say, big dude. That's all I'm gonna say. Big dude. David, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, always, Mike.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. You're gonna get mad when I change hats back.
No,
I'm gonna keep it up here, though.
See more posts with it, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know how that works. Thank you, brother. Who's next? Dave. Yeah, Dave. We're just gonna do Daves. Nobody but Daves from now on. The only Daves. Yeah, sorry, only Daves. Only Daves. Do you need to go somewhere? Okay. Yeah. He gave me a book. We're doing people who give gifts first. No. Hey, Hassan's next. Yeah. Hassan. No, we'll go Hassan, then son. Yeah. Let's do that. Hassan can beat me up, so I got to be a little. Yeah. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Dave Emiat, East Kentwood High School, author of Beyond the Finish Line, The Art of Transformational Coaching. There's a couple other things out there.
The father,
Co-founder of
husband,
Grand Haven Beach Vault.
The Grand Haven.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, sure.
Dave, I also want to write a book, but it is a daunting task. How in the world did you do it, brother? Because first of all, not only did you write a book, it's really good. I read it on the way down to the American Sports Brothers show 2 weeks, week and a half ago, and almost got it done in one little 2 hour. Just riveted. Love your. I keep interrupting you. I love my favorite part. Besides really digging into transformational versus transactional leadership, I loved your athlete spotlights. Like that felt like I could see those kids when you were describing them. Tell us more about that process.
The process has been long. About 2 years, and I can tell you, if you write a book, I have an amazing publisher. Streamline Publishing has been incredible. John Gordon, the author of The Energy Bus. Yeah, he kind of helped me get started, which was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was terrific. So when we got started, here's what happened. 2024 state finals. My team scores only 10 points at the state meet. Now my team is in the state of Michigan. We're in Division I. We're in the big division. We've won 8 state titles, national championship. I think for 13 years in a row, we were either first, second, or third.
Right.
We had a hell of a run, and in COVID hits us, knocks us back a little bit. We're kind of struggling. 2024, we scored 10 points. The only 10 points we score is my 10th grade son in the pole vault. He wins the pole vault, first sophomore to win in 70 years or something. It was great. It was awesome. But as a dad, I should have been, over the moon. But as a coach, I was pretty depressed. Well, it's over. We're terrible. I suck at coaching. I don't know anything anymore.
All those other years don't matter anymore.
I'm the worst. And so I was like, in my brain, I was kind of going through like glory days and like, oh, what if, when we used to do this and we used to do that. And I kind of figured out that we probably got away from a lot of that stuff. Through COVID, they said you can't meet anymore. You can only talk for 6 minutes. Everybody has to be 6 feet apart. And so we got away from really being intentional about our transformation coaching and character development and all of that stuff. And I really had an epiphany, and I was like, we probably have to get back to that. And so I sat down and I had all my speeches written out for years. Anytime I was going to give a speech to kids, I would write it out anyways. So I had a lot of stuff written out. I'd wake up every morning that summer at 4 or 5 o'clock for 4 hours, 5 hours, till the rest of the house started waking up. And I would just pound out on the keyboard, just story after story after story. And I really did want to give like a love letter to all of these great athletes that I coached, Gabby Leone and Trevor Stevenson and Rico Hall and on and on and on. And so that part was fun, you know. And when I thought I was done, I thought I had a pretty good book written. I got a hold of John Gordon, and he turned me on to Streamline Publishing with my Alex, my amazing publisher there. And I realized I had just begun. They said, "Oh, you got a good start." I said, "No, I finished."
Yeah, you're like, no,
it's all done.
Yeah, maybe I missed the punctuation, but no, I'm done.
It's all done. It's good. And they're like, "No, it's
like, look here, math teacher."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Mr. Math, you are just getting me started here. So yeah, a lot of rewrites, a lot of editing, a lot of, it was great. I had some people. Some friends edited. I had, the publishing company edited it.
Right.
It was back and forth. And finally we got it out there. And I appreciate you so much for reading it and giving me some honest feedback on it. And, the part with the kids. So I got an opportunity to call every one of those kids. And for me, as a coach, all these coaches here at this convention, right? You never get forced to see them. You get to see them sometimes, but you don't force yourself to really do it. And so for me, I had 21 chapters where I forced myself to make an appointment for an hour with every one of these 21 kids, including my own children that are in the book, and sit and talk and have a conversation. And so we cried, I don't know how many, most all of them I cried, and they cried, and we just got to have a good time together. And so now what I'm doing is on Instagram, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm doing a thank you to every one of those people that gave me an opportunity to write the story.
Yes.
So now I'm doing a little, like I did Brianna Evelyn from Kansas State, who was the American record holder in the decathlon. She was one of my first big athletes. I did a little something for her, and then she now she's a mom of 2 kids. She lives here in Dallas, and she gets to see these old pictures of herself out there on Facebook. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of revisit all those.
That's so cool, man. So you're kind of working on it without working on it, meaning, wake up in the morning, kind of do the things. When you actually started, okay, now the publisher, we might have a book here. How long is that process? Like, is this 6 months, 6 days, a year?
I mean, for smart people, it's probably 6 months, but it's almost 2 years for me. Yeah, from start to finish. Because you just think of all, you don't really know what it takes to write a book until you write a book. Just like anything, you don't know what it takes to be a discus thrower until you throw a discus, right? So how intricate every little piece can be, and I'll go to one editor. And then they'll go, okay, you're done with that editor. Now you're going to go to this editor. And so there was 3 different editors who really had their eye on, different things. The first one is just about, punctuation and structure. And then the next one's is asking, hey, what's the flow of your book? Why do you have this chapter? So I had 5 or 6 more chapters that were cut. Because they were like, well, that doesn't really fit, or maybe it's offensive. I had a chapter that all parents are crazy. And they said, well, maybe some parents would read that and be offended. Why would you do that? Why do you write a book that's going to offend people? And I said, well, I'm a parent and I'm crazy.
I'm crazy, right?
I'm crazy. And so I probably have 6 chapters on the chopping block through that process.
That's interesting because you poured the same heart and soul into those 6 chapters. That's kind of like little babies going away. Like, wait a minute.
Oh my God. I worked really hard on them. And I met with all those kids, and then I had to tell them all they were cut, which was tough.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, but
it was not my decision.
But I also, they did prep me for that, because I told them I was doing it, and they said, well, not all of these are, you want around 200 pages. You don't want 280 pages.
Right. Yeah, there's an art to that.
Yeah, there's a real science to it. So they're like, well, you're going to have to cut some of this. So, and then I just, there's probably a second book there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just sitting
So. All right. So for the book, where can I get it?
Amazon is probably the easiest.
That's the number one place, right?
It's funny, on Amazon, I got all 5-star reviews except for one. I got 1 4-star review.
Is that the kid that got cut?
It's my brother.
No shot. Thanks, bro.
I know, it's so good.
He was like, remember when you hit me in 6th grade?
He may have done it accidentally. I don't know, but it probably didn't. But it was so great that I didn't even. I had somebody, are you going to say something? I said, absolutely not. It's too funny. It's too great.
Absolutely. Okay, this year, Dave. So first of all, give us the name of the book again.
Beyond the Finish Line.
Beyond the Finish Line.
The Art of Transformational Coaching.
Yeah, the kind of you talk about flow. The start of it is really about transformational versus transactional coaching. So he goes over what that means, the definitions. And then he goes into really great examples of amazing kids that he's had, and really their story. I mean, it's just. Man, it's amazing. I did not know all that about your high school either, about one of the most diverse schools in the country, how big it is. I mean, unbelievable. So go right now, Amazon.com, check it out. I promise you, you will enjoy it. It's a track book. So if you're listening right now, you're like track.
And
so
it's nonfiction. So it's that's what those are the kind of books that I like, is nonfiction.
No, and I'm a nonfiction guy. So if you'd have been like, hey, I got this fiction book, I guess I did read was it The Lore of Running? Oh gosh, of course his name escapes me. He's been on the podcast before. And I did read that. So not only was it fiction, which I'm a nonfiction guy, it was about distance running. And I'm not a distance guy. And it was really good though. So he did a good job. Okay, this year, our theme, our question is outside. So we always call you coach and all that kind of good stuff, but you're not coach first. You're Dave first, because you're father, husband, exactly, brother,
father,
son,
yeah,
exactly. So outside of track, what are you? And I'm going to give a caveat that you can't say right in a book, because I know that's been engrossing your life. But I know even with that, what is your geekdom, your nerddom? What are you? You're binge watching a show. You're big into video games. You're trying to bike across America. I don't know. What are you a geek about?
It's not a book, and it's not. I'm excited about my team. We're gonna have a great team this year.
Not coaching, no track.
What I'm really excited about right now is the time I get to spend with my kids, and so my kids are of an age. My son. So at Grand Haven Beach, a few years ago, I was ready to be done with it. I'm getting too old, and my son's 24 years old. And he's coaching at Calvin University now.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, and he's doing a great job. My daughter's 22. She's coaching at Saginaw Valley State University.
Dude.
And then my youngest son, he's a pole vaulter and he's 18. But I'm getting an opportunity to work with those guys. So the beach vault now, I don't do any heavy lifting at all.
Right.
My oldest boy Colton does that. My daughter does the whole website.
Wow.
And so working with your kids, I can tell you is, and I'm trying to find more opportunities to work with my kids.
That's so cool.
And for me, that's what's exciting to me. Like we're doing our little vault club in the wintertime, and Colton is one of the coaches, and then I have another guy, Brian Bolton, who's coaching at Aquinas College, and he's the other guy, and those are kind of like kids to me, and I get to watch them coach. Cool. And parents will come up and go, "What'd you think about that?" or "What'd you think about that?" I go, "Ask him."
That's the coach.
That's the coach, And then if and obviously I do some guidance sometimes, but when you get to work with your kids, it fills my heart right now. And so that's really what's filling my heart.
Love that.
Yeah.
When you got a big heart, so it takes a lot. I love it.
So much fun.
All right, go get the book. Honestly, again, I'm a nonfiction guy, so it's right up my alley. But it's a great book and also a great gift. Because it's not very expensive, and so you have a reader in your life that likes track. It's actually, I think his editors did a good job. He's too smart to do this, so his editors had to do this. I think even your teenager can read this and not only understand it, but get something from it. Understanding, as they go on to become an adult in this world, understanding what does that mean, leadership, how to be leadable, etc. I think it's a fantastic story.
We thought we were writing a coaching book, really. Yeah. And all my feedback back has been parenting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then some kids. Absolutely. I've had some of my kids at the high school read it, and so I don't know. I'm very proud of it. I don't know if it'll sell 10 copies, but it's I'm very proud of how it's.
I've been propping it up. I hope I've sold you 10 copies.
Good. All right, I owe you some money.
No. You paid already. Dave, thank you so much, brother. I'm proud of you. I appreciate the value that you're giving into this world, using the stewarding track and field as the pinpoint the message behind it. And I think you're doing an amazing job. Appreciate it.
Yeah, use track and field to grow the kid. Don't use the kid to grow track and field.
And you'll know that if you read the book. Go get it now, right now, Amazon.com. Beyond the Finish Line. David,
thank you, buddy.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Hey, if you can hang out, I got to get him done, but I'd love to have your son sit down. If you guys can hang out.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, guys, for being here on Instagram. Thanks for being on YouTube. Grateful for you. Shout out to my former teammate, but always teammate in my heart, Carly Livingston. Oh, man. Triple video. That's a world record. Triple video. That is a world record right there. Will it work? So he's got to look pretty. He's such a good guy with all this stuff. Dave Neville's in the house. How you doing, brother?
Oh, yeah.
Don't bump the table.
Yeah.
Don't bump the table. All right. Pick up that microphone. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Hassan Stamps, Johns Hopkins University Associate Head Coach.
Not John Hopkins, Johns. I'm sure you guys get that all the time, and you're always correcting people.
The Johns Hopkins.
Well, that is very true. That is very true. Blue Jays?
Yes, sir.
Yes. One of the top Division III schools around. Cross country is super solid. Track and field is super solid. And it's only going to get more solid with you there.
I am planning to.
Absolutely.
And last year we had a young lady make the 100-meter final at the NCAA meet.
That's no joke. History. That's no joke.
Young lady make the 400-meter final, first time in school history. And our men's and women's relay broke school records that have been standing for the past 10 years.
Get out of here, man. You ain't no distance school. You at track and field school.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I love it. Hey, let's talk about something. You were. This is going to sound terrible. You were made for the camera, and what I really mean for that is you're a little bit like me. You're a marketer at heart. You like to take something and grow it through your different channels and influence and things like that. You've been posting some things on Facebook and IG. You got something going on, man. Let us in on it. Let's get not really a sneak peek because you better let the cat out of the bag, but let's talk about this.
Well, I would almost like to say just a small story because me and you have been really good friends for a really long time. And I remember I had some ideas at an early stage of my professional career that you always encouraged me to, I like it, but not yet. Or I really like that video, but take the sunglasses off.
Right.
And, these ideas that I had to just advance our sport in an entertainment capacity it's literally been kind of 10, 12-year process to get
Yeah,
to this. So,
yeah. That's right.
I am super excited to announce I will be hosting the first annual Golden Hour Invitational that will be hosted at on the campus of University of North Florida.
Okay, so you're hosting a track meet.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to say big deal because there's 100 track meets every weekend. What are you doing different? Because I just don't think you're just in it to just do the same.
Correct. We're 100% going to be different. If our people that are watching this now are track fans, and I mean track fans for real, you know what the New Balance Nationals is for high school kids, and now this whole creation of Athlos that Alexis Ohanian has created. I'm basically merging the two into a collegiate version of both of those things. So think about
What's that mean?
Fanfare and festival vibe of New Balance with the entertainment and sexy vibe of Athlos.
Love that.
For a collegiate track and field meet at one of the premier facilities
No
in
doubt.
the country.
No doubt.
Music, food trucks, alcohol for adults, a spectator-driven atmosphere that is going to be like a basketball or football game for a track meet.
All right, before we get into a little bit of nitty-gritty, let's take a step back. Why the Golden Hour? Why are we calling it that?
So in the state of Florida, which is the sunniest state of our country, I want to have that sunset feel, that vibe, that under the lights, dusk moment for the Golden Hour. And what the Golden Hour is essentially a highlighted segment of a little more than an hour of the top 3 sections of the events that we choose to do on that time. So, if the entirety of the day is the undercards, the heavyweight bout is the Golden Hour.
You and I have talked about that. Yeah. I
Yes,
remember that. Because I'm not a fan of track meets today in general of like 8 hours long, things like that. But I also understand hosting a track meet only allowed 1 per team or 2 per team. It's like, man, they have a whole team, right? I've always, and you know this. I'm telling you the story you've heard me tell you 100 times that we talked about. Well, why can't we do 8 to 12? That's your open meet. And now from 1 to 3 or whatever, 2-hour time slot, that's when you charge. That's when it's only the final heats or whatnot. Yeah, and you're putting that into action.
That's exactly right. So we're putting that exactly into action. And also, over the 2 days that we're doing, we're bringing something back that has left the Eastern Seaboard and even the Southeast, and the multi. So the Golden Hour Invitational is hosting the 904 multi as well. Because why do we keep sending all our really talented multis out west? It's a great meet, but why don't when I was at Tennessee, Sea Ray Relays, Bill Webb was one of the foremost proponents of the decathlon in his day. Sea Ray Relays was a huge decathlon. Florida Relays used to do decathlon. They don't do it anymore. Yeah. That's not to knock anybody for what it is, but let's provide that opportunity so these multi-event athletes have an opportunity to do an elite level multi in the Southeast in the middle of April to get the types of marks that are going to qualify them to the national meet and then give them enough time to recover for their respective conference championships.
Now, I love a good multis, but I thought when you said we're bringing back, they're going to talk about my favorite event. And I know you have a little bit of a heart for this favorite event too, the shuttle hurdle relay.
I think listen, one of the great things about being a meet manager and a meet director now is if the people want it. The people that get it.
I love it. All right, give us the dates again.
April 17th and 18th.
At Hodges Stadium at University of North Florida.
Yes,
love North Florida, our Ospreys. Amazing facility. Hosted US USATF type stuff. NCAA regional. I mean,
First rounds,
great place. Love it. The people there, absolutely awesome. Coach Pig, love you. Coach Irv Lewis, love you, brother. Love the people there. I get what you're saying, kind of on a macro level. What are you going to do? Because, I see schedules every year. I love looking at when people post their schedule online, but I see kind of the same schedule every year, unless a meet gets canceled or something. What is going to be different? If I'm XYZ University, I've always gone to this other meet on that day. What's going to entice me to go maybe to try your meet?
All right, athlete experience, flat out. This is a meet designed by a college coach for a student athlete that was a student athlete, and I think that what's been lost in translation as we come to these conventions and things, we keep talking about what can we do to advance track and field, what can we do to bring a nuance to track and field, and as I used to be super excited for the first time I went to go to Penn Relays.
Yeah.
That is,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
at that time, I've always only seen it on TV. So to go experience it, get to be a part of it, I'm
Right.
like, okay, coach, every year we got to be there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not necessarily recreate
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
have that be a thing.
That excitement, that experience, that anticipation.
Yes,
Yeah.
looking on your schedule, saying, "Coach, are we going to that golden hour?"
Yeah.
I mean, the types of things that we're tying TikTok challenges, Instagram reel challenges, the videography, the understanding that we can move track and field to present day capacity for what the kids want. I created a partnership with. They're called Eval. It's a it's a glasses company that has like the Meta cameras in it, to where in that fast heat, for those that want to decide it, or those that want to wear them, are going to be able to wear those Meta glasses in their race. So we're going to get a first-person view, and then be able to potentially stream it. I don't know if we'll be able to have the capacity to do it live, but shortly after, in the interim between one event and the next, we're going to put that together.
You know what
Why not?
I think is important about your mentality towards this, because as I'm sure you've heard it, the other side, and you know, stereotypically the old guard, traditional, and our sport is very traditional, very conservative. We don't need to dumb ourselves down. All this kind of stuff is, you know, I hear this all the time. However, you and I we're getting up there.
Yeah.
But someone who's 18 right now is going to decide to become a coach, or decide to become a college athlete, or decide to be a track and field fan and go to meets, or not. It's the same reason why about maybe a month ago we started a Twitch channel for Gill Athletics, where we run all your interviews on there, where we run all the interviews. And I get, you know, if you would look in there, you tell me I'm failing right now. You know, if we get 2 viewers, 3 viewers, you know, but I'm like, you know what? You know who is on Twitch right now? 16-year-olds. Right. And I'd love to have, when you search on Twitch track and field, nothing shows up. I was like, well, I'd love to have a place for them to see you and a lot of these other coaches and see what kind of influence they are. And then they're going to be 24 one day and 34. We got to talk to these 16-year-olds. I'm sorry, guys.
We have to.
You got to. Well, I love that, Hassan, man. Any teams that you can give us now? I know you don't want to pull you're such a good
storyteller.
Yeah, storyteller. So I know you're going to be already keep, so you may not be able to give me any. That's okay.
I can say this.
Okay.
We will start announcing teams probably middle of January, no later than the early part of February. But we have 14 teams that have softly committed.
Nice.
The goal is to get to 20 to 25. Is where I think, you know, not necessarily that's where success is. I think we're already successful now because people are seeing the vision for what it is. But the thing that I think is going to be appreciated at the highest level is we're going to be paying some elite athletes on a few events. We've got an amazing sponsor that has recently come on board, and I want to say this right into your camera here. Come to the Golden Hour Invitational because Tom Jones ain't paying you elite athletes.
You know, he's going to get me in trouble. I got to be careful with this guy. All right, Hassan. This year, our theme, if you will, is everybody calls you coach, rightfully so. I want to take coach off the table because it's not your number one most important thing. You're a son. You have a lot of other titles that are ahead of that, right? So Hassan, off the track, off of coaching, off being a meet director, meet manager now. What are you a nerd about? What are you binge watching? What do you collect? What do you maybe your video game? I don't know. There's got to be something that you are just geeked out on.
What I'm geeked out on is being the best father and husband.
Bro, that's the best answer. Come on.
It's not even that it's an apology, but I had to do some soul searching and had to realize that, yes, the sport is a part of me, but it doesn't define me.
That's right.
The thing that keeps me going, the thing that keeps me inspired and keeps me motivated is getting home to my wife, is getting home to my son, McCoy, and being present and active and making them a part of what our journey is collectively. And, you know, truth be told, I'm not going to coach forever. This Golden Hour Invitational is my love letter to track and field because track and field has taken me around the world. It's allowed me to meet my wife and my son, or my wife, where we've created our son. It's allowed me to get an education, and it's allowed me to live in certain places across the country because of this amazing skill that Vince Anderson, and Ernest Dixon, and Kevin Foster, and Lee Gower, and George Watts were. So, fortunate to pour into a young guy from Southwest Atlanta that has become the man that you see before you today.
Yep. Well, you deserve those mentors and people that have spoken into you.
Yeah.
Your son and the other kids that you coach today and have coached, they deserve you pouring into them. You're being a great example to the Georges and everybody else in the past that you're carrying on a great legacy and building your own at the same time. So really proud of you, my friend.
And I want to say I thank you for being a great friend and a mentor, all in one, and believing in the things that I've done and have gotten me to this point, and the support that you're showing are good.
You deserve it, brother.
I appreciate
Thank
you.
you, man. Love
Thanks,
you, brother.
Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Again, guys, check out Instagram, the YouTube, and again, Twitch. I can't plug that enough. This kid, I bet you he knows about Twitch. We're going to grill him about, twitch.tv/Gill Athletics. Introduce yourself, my friend.
I am Colton Emiot, the son of the man who was here 2 people ago.
Hey, that's not a bad title. The son of David.
I am the pole vault coach at Kelvin University in Michigan, and then I coach some high school kids as well through club stuff.
Colton, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Colton.
yeah, Colton. So you, but you're, I'm all Stanford around you. How old are you?
I am 24 years old.
Okay. So where'd you graduate from?
So I just graduated from Grand Valley State University.
Okay, that's okay. There's what I was trying to get
spring.
At. Yeah. Were you able to do track there?
Yes, I did. I was a pole vaulter there.
Lou's your coach.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Sweet Lou.
Get out
I love
of here,
him.
bro. What a good dude.
He is a great dude.
And maybe a little underrepresented, meaning he puts out. In fact, we just had one of his former All-Americans. She was just on here. Carly Livingston came to work for us.
Carly?
Yeah. You know Carly. Yeah, of course. Yeah, she was on just a minute ago. So produces champions every stinking year.
Oh, yeah.
When he only has 1 or 2 kids, it's like, oh, down here, Lou.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think when people say, give me the top 5 ball coaches, Lou would be in there, and he absolutely should be. What an amazing job he does. Love him. Tell me about your dad. And what I mean by that is I've known your dad for quite a while now. You've known him longer. When you think of your dad, when I think of your dad, I think of leadership. So I love that his book is based on transformational leadership versus transactional. How was that as a kid growing up, and that being your dad?
So I think, first of all, he's my dad, but I also look at him as a father figure. Just
you know who Dan O'Brien is?
Yes.
Say hi to Dan. Dan just joined us.
What's up, Dan
on Instagram.
O'Brien?
Dan, love
How's
you,
it
brother.
going? Another
good book writer. Go check out Dan's book. He did a great job there as well. And not a bad college football pick'em. Yeah. He's in my league. I guess I should say I'm in his league because he beat me this year. Tell me more about your dad.
So when I think about my dad, I think about he's my dad, but he's also a father figure to so many athletes that came through the program, and those people who have came through our program have become like brothers and sisters to myself as I've came up, just growing up in the program. So I think that's been the number one most memorable thing, just having so many like brother figures, sister figures kind of come through the program, be able to learn a lot from them and just see his relationship with them and be able to build that relationship with both him and the other athletes that have came through.
Now, I'm not trying to start a fight. Really, when I do these interviews, I'm kind of digging to get the gold, like so people learn from it, right? Was there ever? I think the answer has to be yes in some form or fashion, but I think it's no because of how you just said that about how the other kids became like brothers and sisters. But there, you hit it right. My dad is also kind of the dad of 40, 50, 60 other kids, and that can kind of make maybe the real son maybe feel on the back burner. I don't necessarily want to say how did that ever happen, has it ever happened, but maybe more of how did you deal with that?
Yeah, we've definitely gone through that. We've gone through our ups and downs throughout my life. I think the hardest part of that was really when I got to high school, joined the team and stuff. I had always looked at it more from an outside point of view, and then I joined the team and I was kind of like, oh, I get to hang out with my dad every day and do this. And then it was kind of...
Were you looking forward to that?
Yes,
My son would not say that. So. He's a bass fisherman, so it's all good. Yeah,
so I was really looking forward to that. And then I kind of realized when I got there that I didn't know as much about the program as I thought I did. And I learned a lot just being around him and being around other athletes. And that was definitely hard at first because I feel like I felt like I wasn't... getting as much attention as I thought I deserved as a 14-year-old.
I was just about to say, remember, you're talking about 14, 15, 16-year-old
Yeah.
Colton, come on, bro.
Yeah.
We know when we look back, and you're young, it doesn't take very long for you to look back.
Mhm.
When I look back, I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
come
exactly.
on. I made some bad decisions. I was a
Yep.
dummy. I'm a
Oh,
dummy
yeah.
now. I was a dummy
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
For sure. And I think I probably didn't handle it as well as
Yeah.
I could have handled it
Sure.
either. So that led to a lot of fights. But I think we had a lot of tough conversations through that also. That
Are you
helped
stronger
our
today?
relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now today we're best friends, do everything together. We're here together. Yeah, so that's been awesome. We get to coach together now
I
and
love that.
all of that. So it's really been awesome just kind of coming up, having those tough conversations and just really growing closer through that.
What did you think when Dad said he was going to write a book? And not only that, because that's one thing. It's like, yeah, whatever, Dad, do whatever you want.
Mhm.
But I'm going to include athlete bios in each chapter.
Yes. So my first thought when he said he was going to write a book, I thought, are you serious? I cannot believe this. You're not a reader. You don't read books. You don't.
Nice.
He's
This is why I wanted to make sure Dave's son was
Yeah.
in this chair. Yes.
He's
yes.
the
Keep going. Now, you
self-
just pay attention over there. Don't worry about it. You can catch this later.
He's the self-proclaimed worst English student at his
Yeah.
high school.
I told him, I was like, yo,
and all
Mr. Math
that.
teacher. Yeah,
He's a
exactly.
math teacher. So I thought, are you crazy? Are you gonna sit down with somebody and tell them your stories and they're gonna write it for you? But then honestly, I've just been so proud. It's been
Yeah.
probably a year and a half, 2 years that
It's
he's
a
been
deal to
working
do,
on this and
yes.
sitting at the kitchen table, just grinding out an hour here, an hour there at it
Yeah.
throughout the last couple of years. So I've honestly just been super proud about it. And then once
Yes.
we got towards the start of the summer and kind of actually I started to be able to read certain chapters and see what he's writing about, because he did keep it a little bit secretive for a while, like what he was writing about. Like we knew it was about coaching stuff, but and then really once I got to read it and all that, I thought it was just awesome because all these people he wrote about, like to me growing up through the program, are like
sure.
superheroes to me. So
Interesting.
reading all these
You
stories
have a
about
different
them.
view of those kids
Yep.
than he does.
Yep.
Absolutely. When you found out that he had to cut some chapters, which means some kids got cut, were you concerned?
I was, because I thought,
I would too, right? It's like, well,
Yeah.
who's going to get cut first? Of course, the son.
yeah, that's,
yeah.
But yeah, so it was a little sad when we heard some
Yeah.
of those chapters were going to get
Yeah.
cut, because some of those are great stories and
Oh, sure.
great
yeah.
athletes.
Right.
But
Well, he said maybe there's a part 2
yeah,
coming
I think
out.
there is.
I
Stay
like
tuned.
that. Yeah, I love that. Well, again, I can't stress enough. Go on Amazon's the easiest place. Beyond the Finish Line, Transformational Coaching, David Emiott. It's a fantastic book. It is actually excellent. Let me learn a little bit more about you. You're at Calvin,
Yes,
coaching there.
Calvin University.
Love those guys and gals there. They do an
Yeah.
amazing job. But beyond coaching, Colton, and you're young enough that, I don't know, I kind of go both ways. On one hand, I want to say, oh, you're young enough that you're probably like, oh, 24/7 coaching. On the other hand, you're young enough to know that, I have another life as well, a real life. What are you a nerd about, man? What's a show you're binge watching? You're a gamer. You like to collect stamps. I don't know. What are you passionate about?
So I like to golf a lot.
Okay.
Super into golf.
Yeah.
So I try to get out there. I
Were
live
you
in
the golf
Michigan.
Team at East Kenwood back in the day?
I was not.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Pretty good team, if I remember correctly, or I might be
I don't
conflating
think
that
so.
somewhere else. Okay.
But so I live in Michigan, so can't really golf in the winter time, but
Yeah.
throughout the summer I try to get out there, golf 3-4 times a week. And
Are you
then
that guy that as you're standing out here, you're doing the golf swing?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
These you need to make sure you
yeah.
talk to my guys, those dorks.
yeah,
Tim, my guy right here, will golf every weekend, every day, every time. He almost joined the long drive.
Oh,
tour.
yeah.
He was a national champ javelin thrower, and so he has a lot, he understands torque and all that. Yeah, he's amazing.
yeah.
You'll enjoy.
Any chance I get, like in pole vault, we have just like little stubbies, like little broken off pieces
Yeah,
of poles that we have sitting around, and I found myself at practice every day just
We used to
taking golf.
bring stubbies to these things, and I stopped
Oh.
because these guys, all they're doing.
I would be standing right here right now practicing my swing. So
Golfers are addicted.
Yeah.
Addicted.
Yes.
Colton, thank you so much, brother.
For
I
sure.
appreciate you. What a blessing in your early part of your coaching career. It's going to be real cool to see you 10 years from now, 20 years from now.
Yep.
And certainly, as the world's biggest technical coaching fan, I hope you're still coaching. I think no matter what you continue into, you're going to be successful because of your parents and upbringing, and obviously a very mature young man.
well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Colton. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
These young guys are they're impressive, man. It's really unbelievable. Who wants to be next? Lamont? You come on. I got my frat brother from another mother coming in.
How we doing, Mike?
Brother. See, I was going to do this great intro, and then he just comes in.
Nah, you don't need that.
Guys, thank you so much again for being here on YouTube and on Instagram this year. And so just so grateful for you joining us live at the USTFCCCA Convention. Make sure, this is the plug for like all the socials and all that kind of stuff, but super excited. So first of all, the podcast, obviously, maybe you know about that. We're going to continue the Gill 1918 project Tuesdays through Sundays. And then every Monday we have a new episode dropping for a coach for the long haul, uplifting and honoring their journey. And then just this past year, just in 2025, we started the Twitch channel. So twitch.tv/Gill Athletics, where we're running all these interviews 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you have insomnia, just go to twitch.tv, just go Gill Athletics. You'll fall asleep. All right, my friend, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Devin Fahey. I'm the new cross country and track coach at Saracoso Community College out in Ridgecrest, California.
Are you a Californian?
I am not. I'm from the other big state, Texas.
Okay.
Kind of polar opposite.
You look more Texan. I get that.
I appreciate that. It means a lot to me.
The reason I ask is every Californian I've ever met wants to get back to California. So I was going to ask, did you ever leave and go back? All that kind of good stuff. Devin, tell me more about yourself. How long have you been there? How long have you been coaching? And did you do track in undergrad? And where at, maybe?
Yeah, man. Long story short, I started from Houston, Texas, born and raised. I was very fortunate to be a part of a very good high school team.
What's good?
Stratford High School out in Spring Branch. We were back-to-back state champions
In Texas,
in
baby.
Texas, 2013, 2014.
Dude.
So yeah, that's real state. Not no small state.
Stop. I will have no state slander on my podcast. They did not choose to live in Connecticut or North Dakota, and so their state championship is as good as a Texas state championship. We'll cut that out. Keep going.
We'll give it to them.
Keep going. Put this closer to
Absolutely.
your mic. Yep, keep going.
Gotcha.
So you won state titles, which is a big deal.
Yeah. And then from there, I went to the University of Houston, trained under Coach Steve Magnus for 5 years.
Absolutely. Know Steve well.
Great guy, great coach. I learned a lot from him. He really taught me a lot about balance and being able to adjust to the running, not make everything adjust to running.
Yeah, he's a very holistic coach. Yeah, that's what I love about him. He's
Exactly.
a great follow on Twitter, and I'm sure he's on Instagram and other things. But he's a great follow. Absolutely.
Yep.
What'd you major there?
So undergrad, I majored in kinesiology, focus, and sports administration.
Okay.
So that's a fancy term for sports business. I really enjoyed that. I got a lot out of it. Minored in psychology as well there. Really
Steve
loved
Magnus right at
psychology.
heart there.
Yeah, Steve Magnus right at heart.
Yeah.
And
Knowing you wanted to be a track coach?
yes,
How
Yeah.
early did you know you wanted to be a track coach? Did you go to college thinking I want to be a track coach?
I had suspicions in high school.
That's a good way of putting it.
I felt like, if I don't hate running by now, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I like that.
And so I kind of knew in undergrad, and when I finished, 100% I knew.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do anything else except coach.
Yeah.
So I felt very committed to find that.
And straight from there to Saracosa?
Straight from there, actually, to Gonzaga University.
Pat Tyson?
With Pat Tyson. Yeah, Coach Tyson was a great influence and mentor for
That's
me.
a good one.
I spent a year there volunteering, working full-time at Fleet Feet to pay my bills. And then that went great. So I got to take a little promotion, go to graduate assistant, did another 2 years there working under Coach Tyson. Getting to work with absolutely the most phenomenal athletes I've ever interacted with in my entire life. Great people, but phenomenal, world-class runners like James Mwara, Will Smith, Yassine Gramali, a bunch of other guys I could spend the rest of your podcast naming. And Pat taught me a lot about what it means to love the sport and to love coaching, to just love being a part of all of this. His nickname is the Pied Piper of track and field, and it's accurate, right? He's the guy just having fun at the party, and that's what we all want to be. That's what I want to be. And so from there, then Saracosa. I got my master's in organizational leadership. Made this jump here to take my first gig as head coach.
And California Community College is a little unique. So I coached in the Jayhawk Conference and NJCA back in the day, long time, before you were born, probably. This is a long time ago. But California Community College system is always a little bit unique. Have their own system, right? So their own national championship, if you will, in the state.
God, yeah.
NorCal versus SoCal, all that kind of good
big
stuff.
deal.
What have you learned? It's a little different. Recruiting's a little different. There's a lot of things kind of a little different there. How are you adjusting?
A lot to learn. And quite frankly, big shout out to my assistant coach, Christian Schultz. He has helped me so much this year make the adjustment to coaching in California. First big thing you learn, California does not do track spikes.
What do you mean?
Or not track spikes, I'm sorry, cross-country spikes. That's the thing. At the beginning of the year, coming from Texas, I told my kids, all right, let's be prepared for the season. Everyone go get some trainers and go get some cross-country spikes.
Right.
My assistant coach pulls me aside after and goes, Coach, I don't know if you knew, California, like 99% of courses don't allow spikes. So we actually run in flats.
Wait, why? What?
Because most of California courses are hard dirt or
Sure.
concrete.
I can see that.
They don't run on grass like we do in Texas. So it's not even optimal if you
So there's a
have
little bit
them.
of you don't need them, and
You don't need them. You don't
worse.
even want them. It
Yeah,
actually makes it worse. And a lot of courses, like they don't want you to because it messes up their area.
Sure. I figured because it's California, you're running on all golf courses, and so they didn't want that.
That's what I would have thought too. But actually, most of the courses we run on are very, very aggressive, very hilly, hard dirt, hard concrete. So that was the first big thing, right? Little big things like that.
Sure.
Where, hey, maybe is that the end all be all? No, but it's important to know.
Yeah,
Important to know. Stuff like having to train around the weather. We're in the desert. It's hot, and you're either up in the
Where are you
morning.
at?
So we're in Ridgecrest, California. It's 2 hours east of Bakersfield,
Okay.
about 2 to 3 hours north of LA.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're in a training ideal location,
Yeah.
hundreds of miles of trails, and it's a 3-minute walk from my office, right outside the door.
That's sweet.
It's beautiful.
That's sweet.
But yeah, you don't want to run in the middle of the day when it's
Yeah.
120 degrees. You don't want that. The humidity, not even the humidity, the lack of humidity,
Right.
the dryness. It's so dry, you have to train around that. And then learning how to recruit in California.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
That's the big
It's all
one.
unique. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of distance runner were you? Meaning, were you more 8:15 or like 5:10?
I was more of a 5'10" with an 8'15" heart. I liked
Does that mean
to
you-
run fast.
Does
but
that
I
mean you
couldn't.
went out a lot and died? Is that
Yes,
what does that mean?
that is
Okay.
what that meant. Don't expose me like that.
I'm not a distance guy.
Yeah.
Even I was like, wait a minute. I think I've heard this story
Yes,
before.
yes, yeah.
Have you done a marathon at this point?
God, no.
When are you? All 5'10" people, 800-meter people do stinking marathon. It's crazy. Ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I've thought about it, and then I'm like, wait, I love myself, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. No, here's what I have to say about the marathon. I love it. I have so much respect for it, but I know too much to be involved in
No
that.
way.
The first guy to do it died, and that guy didn't even run 26 miles.
Wait. That's a great point. And yet we were like, that's a good
That
idea.
seems like a fun thing
We
to
should
keep doing.
Actually, make it longer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
longer, and we'll just have more people do it. Yeah. No, I won't be involved in that. Thank you. I'll stick to my 10K. I like the 10K.
Yeah. I've never seen a good 10K. Actually, I've seen one. The Olympics in London when Gallon Rupp and Mo Farah, I think. I remember being at my in-laws' house going, man, that's a pretty cool 10K. But I was at schools where we had good 10K people. Ball State, shout out to Sue Parks. And I still was like, yeah, I'll catch you in the morning. I've seen some good 5Ks.
Okay. It's fair.
Not a
It's
10K.
fair.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a very niche shout out. And I'll make a long story short for you.
Okay.
Best 10K in all history, in my opinion. 64, I think. It was the race U.S. versus USSR. Jerry Linger,
That's what it says,
a
Linger.
senior in high school, wins the race over world champion Russians who were later outed for doping.
Yeah.
And he was invited to the race in the context of like, hey, we've done so bad at this event. We just need you to not embarrass us. And he ends up winning the thing.
Right.
And he did it by sprinting the back 200 of every lap after 2 miles. He would sprint the back half, get away from everybody, and then let them come back. Do that every lap for about 4 miles until the last lap when he took off. And before anyone realized what was happening, He was gone.
Were you are you a history buff? You like history? Or at least
Only when
track
it comes to
history?
running.
Yeah.
Only when it comes to running. You weren't going to get me to read a book unless it was running.
You did remind me. I have seen another good 10K.
Okay, let's hear it.
So my boss right here was a pole vaulter at Baylor. He was a 4-time All-American stud, and his son was a pretty good distance runner. But no, he went to Baylor.
Yeah.
To run, and Big 12. So Oklahoma State, all those guys, just amazing. And his senior year, Big 12 was at Baylor, so at their place, and I went down. Of course, Dad went down, right? And I've seen my boss as my boss all the time, right? And I rarely see him as Dad.
Yeah.
And I got to watch a 10K where his son gutted it out, set a PR, so that's all you can ask. And I got to see my boss be Dad. And that actually still kind of in
That's
my heart
nice.
of like it was kind of.
That's really
cool.
nice. Yeah.
I mean, we're friends and same church and all. I love him to death. But I hadn't seen him in dad mode like that. It's
It's kind
cool.
of beautiful, right?
It kind of was.
Kind of right. Okay. Very, very last one. Parker Valby's 10K at Brian Clay last year, 2024, or was it 23? Whichever year.
Probably 23 because she was in.
23.
Yeah.
That was the most amazing 10K I've ever seen on the track. I think that's probably what it looked like for Prefontaine when he was running, because for those 31 minutes, every single person at the track was a Parker Valby fan.
So a good friend of mine is the head coach at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Was my GA. He's on here. And I know you're laughing at me listening to these 10K stories, bro. I know you are, Kurt. I know you are, brother. I know you. He requested to come in to the interview. You're not getting.
Come on.
No. You're not getting in because I know what you would say, my friend. So thank you for being here. All right, Devin. This year's theme is everybody's calling you coach or a brand new coach, but people are still calling you coach or Coach Fahey, and that's great. And it's a very important title. It's not the most important title. You're a son. That's a more important title. Maybe you're a brother. That's a more important title.
Yep.
One day, I don't see your rings, but one day you're going to be a husband. That's
not yet.
Maybe this is it right here. Ladies. But I want to know more about Devin. So not track, and I know you're full into track and coaching. It's so new and all that kind of good stuff. But something has a grip on your passion. You're a nerd about. You're a geek about. It's you're binging a show. You like to go to Comic-Cons. You're a big daredevil. I don't know. There's something that you are, like I said, geeked about, a nerd about. What is it?
Oh, yeah. There's a couple things I could tell you, but the one, if I had to pick one that's very true to Devin, since I was a little kid, big Lego guy.
Yeah,
big Lego guy.
Really?
If I brought you into my apartment now, I own more Legos than anything else.
Because Lego expansive.
Yes.
So I know guys that collect all the Lego cars.
Yeah.
So they have them
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Love the
certain
cars.
theme, or are you kind of like whatever? Because there's so much to catch your eye.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up being a big fan of the Star Wars Legos. Those were big sellers
I have
for
all
me.
the Yoda Legos.
There we go.
So Yoda,
Classic.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I know some have.
Yeah, I have the big Yoda.
Same.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, hold on. You ready for this?
Yeah, here we go.
No one has seen this, by the way. This is
First
brand new.
time.
Brand new.
Here we go. I feel honored. Tattoo he has.
Now, it's work in progress. Don't judge my tattoo. Still got a lot of work to do, filling in some stuff.
Nice, man. I love it. That's sick.
I knew you loved
But
that.
now I really like the Lego plants. My favorite color is green.
They're so cool.
Big into
No.
plants and all that. It's
Got my
so
wife
classy.
one for her office
Yeah.
years ago now. They've now it's expanded out.
Yeah.
Roses, succulents.
Yeah.
My daughter wants the succulent ones.
That was the right move. You get the Lego flowers and you give them and you say,
They last
hey,
forever.
they will last forever just like my love. And that gets you out of presents for the rest of your life.
I don't think that has happened with my lovely wife. I don't think that's gotten me out of any other presents, but I know she loves them. All the Yodas. I used to live in Vegas. I was a professional poker player before I came to Gill, so I have the Vegas skyline, stuff like that. Legos are cool. What's your favorite one that you have? Or, and actually, answer both. What's your favorite one you have, and what's your aspirational one that you want? Because some of those things are expensive. Right?
Yeah. So my favorite one I have, this is going to get really nerdy. My favorite thing to do is to get two sets. You build the set and you enjoy it for a while, and then eventually you destroy it and you combine it. And so I have a set at home.
Wow,
that
seriously?
is- yeah.
Oh, you are.
I'm
You
a
know,
big nerd.
you nailed the nerddom.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I have one at home that is a combination of the Anakin Starfighter, like
Yeah.
the yellow one, that's super iconic,
Right.
and then like a General Grievous ship that I got in a random set. It's like the coolest spaceship of all time.
You got to send me a picture of that.
Okay, I will. I will
That's
right after
cool.
this. So that's my favorite one. I
Yeah.
really love it. I
What's your
look at it
aspiration?
like every day. Aspirational. One day, coaching will pay me enough to buy the $800 Millennium Falcon.
Oh, the Millennium.
I really want the Millennium Falcon. I love the Death Star too.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
Death Star's
But
a
the
good
Millennium
one.
Falcon. I want the big one that's going to take me like a month to build. Like, I just put off everything in my entire life for a month and just do liftings.
Bro, you nailed the question. Thank you. This is exactly what I was
Thank
looking
you.
for.
Thank you.
We can talk track and 10Ks and
Yeah, but
all
why?
of that stuff. No,
Legos.
there is a reason why.
Yeah, Legos.
But
That's what we're here for.
I'd like to, really kind of peel the onion back on our coaches and find out, well, coach is just a job title, just like a doctor, just like salesman, etc. I'm really interested in who Devin is, and boy, I think we nailed it there, dude.
Well, we'll talk more. I know.
Yes, I want
Thank
that
you,
picture.
Mike. Oh, yeah, right now.
Bro,
Yeah,
thank
and
you
you'll
so
get
much.
another picture of me, Coach Blackburn out of Houston. He remembers this.
Yeah.
My freshman year at conference, built a real big Lego airplane out of just the display pieces they had in the little bucket in the store. So I was that weird kid, but I'm very proud of it.
I love that.
It's still in the front of the store if you go to Alabama. Just
Is that
saying.
right?
Hopefully, probably not, but hopefully.
I want to see that picture.
All right, thanks,
Devin,
Mike.
thanks
Thank
so
you.
much, bro. Appreciate you.
Love you.
Thank you. Love you too, bro. That's crazy. Really, that's crazy, guys. That's unbelievable. I can't even fathom that kind of stuff. It's amazing the creativity that's out there. Pick up the mic, man.
My friend, my brother.
My brother, how are you, sir?
I'm great, man. How are you, brother?
Awesome. Introduce yourself, please.
Lamont Vaughn, head track and field coach, Grambling State University.
Who? Oh, my basketball guy is working on some hoops for Grambling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he comes over the other day and he goes, "Hey, do you know anybody at Grambling?" Oh, no. He was talking to someone and I overheard him say, Grambling's a very unique word, right? And so I go, "Hey, man." I go, "You working on something at Grambling?" He goes, "Yeah, working on something for some hoops, blah, blah." And I was like, "Hey, if you go down there, make sure you let me know when." I was like, "You got to meet my guy. He's the track coach. My guy's the basketball guy." I was like, "You guys don't, you don't need to know each other." I was like, "My guy's so awesome. I just want you to, I want awesome people beating each other." So,
No, my sports supervisor is the facilities person, and she's always fixing the old goals.
Yeah.
And she's a former heptathlete All-American at UTSA.
No way.
For Ryan Dupre, who is now Ryan Logan. So
That's cool.
So as soon as he walks in there with those new goals, he's going to be my sports supervisor.
That's cool. I love that. Kurt Thomas says hello, by the way.
Kurt Thomas, my man, UAB, I love it.
Over here on Instagram. All right, Lamont, what do you want to talk about? Because I think you and I kind of prefaced this a little bit on our favorite social media channels.
Whatever you want to talk about, man. I'm here for you, brother.
You were talking about kind of the state of NCAA track and field. What's your thoughts there?
Whew, man. I pray that we're moving in the right direction. I think there's a lot of things that's coming up that we haven't talked about yet. And
Such as?
I think there's going to be a separation at some point.
Now, we've been saying that for 20, 30, 40 years.
I think it's coming.
Okay.
I think it's coming. And I think for us at HBCUs and mid-majors, I think we need to be prepared.
Is that necessarily a bad thing?
I don't think so. This is the most honest sport in the world. The cream always rises to the top. And I don't care where you're at. You can have a lot of resources or a little. If you do the work and you're mentally prepared and the kids are eligible and moving towards graduation and they work hard enough, they can get as far as they can. I think we've seen it. We've seen HBCU teams in North Carolina A&T when Coach Ross was there. And we've seen them compete for national titles. We've seen individual athletes. Arkansas Power Bluff had a high jumper. Had a guy that was an NCAA runner-up this year in the 4x1s and 400s. So, this is an honest sport. The cream's always going to rise to the top. Whether you're an athlete or whether you're a coach, you have the same opportunity to get as far as you need to. Now, if they want to separate and do their thing, fine, do it. But I think we need to be prepared to have our own thing as well. Because the sport doesn't belong to just one section of it that may have the resources and not have the resources. It's like this whole crazy development conversation. It's happening everywhere.
There's no bigger fan of track and field coaches than me. Is that fair statement?
That is a very fair statement.
And so sometimes I feel like I have a hard time telling a coach who I admire and love and want to uplift and honor that you're wrong on this, right? Not you,
Yeah.
but So I kind of combat the social media-ness of it, and so I hear this word development. And typically, I'm hearing it from high school coaches saying that the big schools, air quotes, they're Power 4, whatever, doesn't matter, don't want to develop anymore. And my favorite thing to do, and lately it's been our good friend, both of our good friends, Mouse of Florida, when they publish their signees, there's always, for the past couple of years, there's always a kid in there. It's like, wait a minute. No offense. If you're one of those kids, I'm not. You went to Florida, brother. I got nothing against him. But it's just like, wait a minute. For that kid today, he or she can't score nowhere close in the SEC. So guess what's going to have to happen? Development. And by the way, even if you sign, let's say, a 10-10 kid out of high school, that ain't going to the finals of NCAA. So guess what has to happen? Still has to be developed. Now we're also getting this, and it's its own subject right now with our distance coaches of like, oh, they all just want to take the shortcut. They just want to go get 30-year-old Kenyans, yada, 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 all this kind of stuff. They don't want to develop. And I'm like, they still have to be developed.
Yeah, what do we go to practice for?
Yeah, that's what so I'm just against that. So what I love is that on all levels, development is happening, and you're doing that. Your coaches are doing that.
Yeah, I think I have one of the best jump coaches in the country. I just hired a new throws coach. I think he's going to be one of the better coaches in the country. I've seen what he's already done recruiting. Do the work. That's it. But as far as the Floridas and the SEC schools and the Big 12s and Big 10s, they're taking elite high school athletes and developing them into elite college athletes. And then, when they're done, they're developing into elite pro athletes. Right. It's still development. Yeah. It just, so I ask people, what is your definition of development? Yeah. You think, Carol Gilbert-Smith is just sitting out there just rolling out the blocks and say, all right, fellas, figure it out. Right. All right, ladies, go figure it out.
Yeah, that's another great example. Georgia just came out with their list. And amazing. And they're busting their tails getting these kids. It's really quite amazing. And I still look at those kids going, not a single one that I could be a little bit out of touch because I don't really pay attention to athletes too much. But I'm like, every one of these kids are still going to have to get a lot better. Like I think 53-second quarter drills. And I'm like, well, that's amazing. I'd love to have that, right? Yeah. But I'm like, that don't make finals.
No, it's only 8 spots in the final.
Carol's still going to have to bust hump and develop these kids.
And you got to show up. You got to be mentally, emotionally, and physically ready to go out and compete against these monsters.
Wave a magic wand and you become the guru of all track and field. Maybe college. Maybe we'll stick to college here. What's one thing you would change? If you could change one thing, what would you change? And you could be NIL, could be that we're always at Oregon, could be that we don't have the shuttle hurdle relay. That's my travesty. What's one thing that you would change to make us a better sport?
I want our ADs and our presidents to understand and value the sport at higher levels.
And you mean that by
just understand what this sport is, what's good, what is elite at this level for whatever level. I don't care if you're in the SWAC or Conference USA. Understand what the dynamics of what is good competition at your conference championships and beyond. Understand. I hate to say it, if you're 11 flat guy, and I'm sorry, you're not competing that hard in the SWAC. So understand what these marks and these numbers are, and what it means, and come to the meet and see these competitions. I tell people all the time, the HBCU landscape, track and field is the best sport that we do. Yeah. We're the only, North Carolina A&T, all respect, hey, look, you beat in the Celebration Bowl and all this other stuff, but you haven't been top 3 in the NCAA like their men and their women have. Right. As great as football is here, we've had an athlete at the NCAA meet within the last 2 years in the long jump. We had a young man this past year in the top 18, 20 in our range in the 400 hurdles. So there's no other sport doing that, and that's no disrespect to those coaches. They're doing a great job, but understand
overall the body of
we're bringing some national notoriety and competing at a high level, and especially at HBC, you need to have that type of inspiration and that type of example on your campus to say, yes, if we can compete athletically, we can compete academically. Yeah. Right? So we can send engineers to NASA and one of our great majors that we're working on at Grambling is cybersecurity.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so if we can produce great 400 hurdlers, great long jumpers, great middle distance runners, and distance runners, and great 100-meter runners, what's to say we can't do that in the cyberspace community?
Yeah.
So, you know, any type of national recognition and notoriety needs to be understood, and it needs to be published, it needs to be supported, it needs to be celebrated.
Right. I agree.
So I think that should happen at HBCUs and mid-majors.
I
It doesn't
agree.
happen enough.
I agree with 100%. And we need people that are focused on that because my focus is on that for the coaches. I love that. All right, Lamont, this year's theme, you know, everybody here is going to call you coach, or athletes are going to call you coach, and that's great. It's an amazing title. There's no bigger fan than me. But you're Lamont first.
Yeah.
What are you, get off the track here, you're not Coach Vaughn, just Lamont. What are you passionate about? What's and I'm not looking for some kind of altruistic big thing. What are you a nerd about right now? What are you geeked out about? You're binge watching a show. You got into coin collecting. I don't know. What are you kind of geeked out about right now?
You know, right now, this is the season where I'm looking for something to binge watch. You know, I'm looking forward to a couple of shows. I know that whole Godzilla monster thing. I can't remember the name of the show that's coming out on Apple TV.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to some Marvel stuff coming out.
Yeah.
I'm a big Marvel
Like
nerd.
any of the new, I like Marvel too.
Yeah.
Did you like Fantastic Four?
I did.
It's okay.
You know, but I like what it's setting up, right?
Yeah,
like I'm looking at these movies as a continuation of a story,
Correct.
instead of looking at them as individual movies. Because you know, I grew up on the comic book, so you're just waiting for the next comic book.
Did you like? What was the
New Avengers /
Yeah.
I did. I did
I
because
thought it was okay.
I know what they're setting up.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just a different way to tell these comic book stories.
Yeah.
So I enjoy them for what they are. It's a continuation of the story.
What are the next ones coming out? Doomsday.
Doomsday, Wonder Man.
But that's a very
that's
small
very
comic.
I'm looking forward to it.
Like you got to be a geek if you knew Wonder Man.
I think that's going to be awesome because I think what it's setting up. So I just want to get to Secret Wars, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it.
Should they have what's his name? The actor that they fired, the one who's playing Kang. Should they have fired him?
I don't think you know so. What?
I disagree with what he did.
Yeah, I disagree with what he did.
But we've had other actors and actresses do way worse,
I think they jumped the gun on it a little bit. I think you let due process handle itself. Maybe you pause the movie.
What an amazing actor.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors.
I loved the Loki show that he was
that's one of the best things they've done.
He was so good. His parts in Quantum Mania.
Yeah.
I really.
That last Creed movie he did.
I didn't watch it.
You have to watch that.
Really?
Oh my God, that movie was so good.
All right, because he is. He's very impressive.
He made that. I mean, Michael B. Jordan does his thing.
He's good too.
He made that movie.
I just watched Black Panther again last night. Which Black Panther, I was not a. That also maybe was a second tier comic book. You know, obviously, you know, on the DC side, Batman, Superman, etc. But over on the Marvel side, the X-Men and things like that. So I didn't know much about Black Panther. And so when the movie came out, I was like, I don't know. And then Amy, my wife, and I watched it. It's a top 5, bro.
It is.
It's so
the only thing is Chadwick, man. It's still too soon for me.
100%.
It's still too soon for me.
Again, that's a guy. It's like,
I love Chadwick.
What would Black Panther 2 have been?
Oh man, it's still a good movie, but
I know, but
they honored him so well at the beginning of that.
Dude, we went to the theater. I don't go to theater for very many movies. Went to theater, and it was a little chill.
Yeah, man.
I kind of felt like
hold a tear back.
Like you were there, you were seeing the thing.
Yeah.
Lamont, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Thanks for geeking out with me.
Yeah, man.
Grateful for what you do, and thanks for being a coach.
Thank you, brother.
More importantly, thanks for being a friend.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Anytime, man. Yep.
Thank you. Oh, Coach Gibson, I see you on the Instagram. Thanks for being here. Somebody will join us. Someone will join us. Yeah. All right. Well, my first 5-star Uber rating is our next guest.
Oh, gosh. If you've already talked to me enough the last couple of days, I can leave. It's okay.
I was in a car for a whole 20 minutes each way, by the way. It's unbelievable. Couldn't wait. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Greg Schmidt, head cross-country track and field coach at the University of Bridgeport.
Greg, you booked a plane ticket to come here, but did not figure out what we call the last mile, how to get from the airport to your hotel or your airport to Buc-ee's. We'll talk about that in a second. But maybe that's not important these days because we have Uber and Lyft and all that.
That's what I was planning. Like, figured save a little bit of budget money, not get a rental car, but just.
You know what I did?
What's that?
I didn't tell you this. I'm such an idiot. I'm getting old, and it's starting to I'm trying to be Superman. Like, big deal, I'm old, whatever. Right? So I was booking a bunch of travel. I travel a lot, and I guess I booked this rental car, and I came in on Friday for some events on Saturday. I guess I did that as my pickup day because that's when I flew in. But I guess I'm also doing a soccer show in Philly on like January. I come home January 16th or something like that. I must have put that as my return date.
So you have a long rental then.
So, I don't even keep as soon as I get the confirmation emails, I just delete them because I don't need it. I don't need them. And so I go to the kiosk to leave or whatever, and it still didn't hit me. But the guy was like, "All right, you want to leave? So it's $1,900. You want to leave that on the credit card?" I was like, "Yeah." And as I'm pulling out, I'm like, $1,900? Like, what the hell is that man talking about? Like,
It's a nice car, but it's not that.
I was like, yeah, I could buy the car for you. You saw it. It's not that big of a car. And I was like, that guy must have messed up. So I get to the hotel, and I look at my rental agreement. Yeah, dummy, put it for a month. It's a month rental. And so, luckily, this is going to sound so, I don't know what the word is here, but I have a direct account manager at National because I rent so much. And so I emailed her. I was like, you know me, I don't like to point fingers. I point thumbs. Like, I obviously messed up. I don't want to pay $2,000 that I'm going to be taking it back on Friday. And she emailed, I got you all taken care of. And I was like, what a dummy. Dude,
also,
I should have charged you more.
He should have, and he gave me a hard time because I have 2 suitcases, carry on, and I look like Lady Gaga getting the rental car.
I didn't tell you this. So that man right there, that's my big boss, taught me a long time ago in traveling. You don't check a bag. I mean, it's got to be a dire situation, and so I never check a bag, but I had to check a bag for this one because I was bringing all the podcast equipment. We're doing the Hot Wings contest, and I had all that. I had to bring my Switch. I could play my Fortnite. I couldn't fit it in the little, and I'm here for 8 days for crying out loud. Quit judging me. So I had to check it back too. But you had 2.
Well, I had to. Well, you saw how much I bought at Buc-ee's. My first store at Buc-ee's.
It made sense.
Yeah. So I had
So
a lot
what'd you think of Buc-ee's?
It was. Everybody talks about how big it is. I didn't expect it to be like that, though. It really was like a supermarket just with random things.
And you went to the bathroom.
Yeah, everybody's telling me you have to use the bathroom.
Yeah, clean.
You got to use the bathroom at Buc-ee's. So, yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody's using.
Every stall too had a hand sanitizer.
I don't think anybody's been at the stall, the urinal at a Buc-ee's and had someone next to them.
Really?
Because you have so many.
Yeah, it was. It
would be
completely
super
around the
awkward
perimeter.
if you went to the urinal and someone came up next to you like, "Oh, bro, there's 100 others."
Yeah, no.
Yeah. What are you doing here, man?
Yeah, I wouldn't let that. Well, by the way, what are you doing in Philly? Soccer thing?
Yeah, U.S. Soccer Convention. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's in January?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, because it's my city, so I'm
Oh,
surprised you said
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, well, the Eagles will be done by then, so it's not. Wait, no, you should.
We beat the Raiders. And
Yeah,
like I told you
31-0, right? Yeah.
I told you yesterday, if you lose to the Raiders, they kick you out of the NFL.
Yeah.
So
I have to go act like a soccer, not a soccer coach, but like a soccer guy. I hope, man, I can't talk soccer. It's gonna be tough. My soccer guy, Dave Myers, we just hired him, so he's in charge of all my soccer, baseball, softball, things like that. He's got to have surgery. And so I'm supposed to take him, and he can't go. Dave, if you're watching this or listening, you owe me, boss. Soccer. Come on, my friend.
you can AI it. Like AI.
Hey, I'm big. I got to. I'll figure
Yeah,
something else. I'll figure it out. Anytime someone asks me a soccer question, I'm like, ChatGPT. What the hell is this guy talking about? Yeah. My friend, what are you doing here? What's got you excited about this year's convention?
Well, this is the first year in.
Wait. That's a boring question. No, go back.
Okay.
What all did you get at Buc-ee's?
Oh,
This is way more important.
What did I get? 2.5 pounds of beef jerky, the ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper, because you said it was smoky, or was that the
Yeah, I
Reaper?
like ghost pepper because it's smoky. Reaper just hits you across the face.
Yeah, okay.
And then the Korean barbecue one.
Yeah,
got
you
some
didn't even
gifts.
taste that one.
No.
So you just like Korean
I just like
barbecue?
Korean barbecue.
Okay. I noticed you said half, and then you said half pound Korean. I was like, you didn't taste that.
No.
So you just, and that's not hot. That's
No,
sweet.
it's I like if I get wings, I'm gonna go watch some Monday Night Football, get some wings, and the hot barbecue is kind of the way to go.
More importantly, are you watching the bowl game tomorrow night?
I pay so little attention to college football.
See,
anymore.
I'm the same with NFL.
Yeah.
My alma mater, Troy, playing our old rivals when we were 1AA, Jacksonville State, Wolf Jack State. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
you gotta
just
read-
saw Mark Davis.
Yeah.
He's an Eagles fan too. So
I know.
lamenting how the season's going.
His wife, this sounds terrible, this opening line, his wife emailed me this morning, place an order, and she goes, tell my hubby I said hi. So I saw him this morning, I go, your wife says hi.
Yeah, I mean, it's, but other than that, I just got a bunch of gifts for niece and nephew, and just some.
You bought like
I did get
5
some
or
brisket.
6
Yeah,
bunny,
stuffed
or,
Bucky's. Beaver.
Yeah. We went up in and out the wrong way. I think the statue was on those sides. I didn't get to.
I completely
It was a little
forgot about
cold,
that.
so I didn't want to
Yeah.
I was a little selfish. I was like, yeah, just get the car, man. It's cold.
Yeah.
How was the brisket? Did you try that?
It was
yet?
good. I
Yeah,
tried
it's
a little
good,
bit of the
it's
rest of it's in the fridge, but
good.
jerky's good.
Yeah.
The sours
you
were good.
you got fudge.
I did
you
get
tried that
fudge.
yet?
I tried that. I don't know what the flavors
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
It all tastes like fudge.
It's all sugar. Yeah. Okay, Greg, this year our theme is, everybody calls you coach, your athletes call you coach. Probably, I haven't coached in 20 years and people still call me coach. It's an honor. But I want to know about Greg. What are you outside of coaching? What are you a geek about, passionate about? You're binge watching a show. You have a secret hobby that you like to take pictures of praying mantis. I'm trying to think of a different example every time. You like that one? Thank you very much. I appreciate that because someone's listening to all of these and I keep using the same stamp collecting.
Right.
Something that you just, maybe no one even knows about. What are you a geek about, my friend?
I'm a big history nerd. That was my degree. So my athletes don't like it, but
How does that show up? Are you always reading some big history book? Do you visit every history museum in the cities that you go to? How does that show up?
I read a lot. I read a lot of history documentaries. I watched Ken Burns' American Revolution.
Oh, I've heard that's amazing.
It was
I
very
will
good.
never watch it. I've heard about
It was
that.
very good. I quiz the athletes on history, which they hate, just because I'm convinced kids now don't know enough history. Some of them might even be watching this right now, getting ticked off. But
You don't do that when they're on recruiting visits.
no, I've never done any recruiting
I was
business.
gonna say they still sign. Wow, those kids.
I
are
do
amazing.
use history a lot for analogies because I was actually going to do a video for you for your one podcast where it's
Yes.
the coaches going.
Yes,
which
the
I'm still
1918
working on,
project,
but
please
it's when you think about historical figures and you think about just their leadership skills, there are some parallels between
Sure.
them. Somebody like Napoleon who started out as an artillery commander. That's where he started.
I'm not sure what's worse than talking about the tin cans
Well, think
or
about
now Napoleon, but I'm gonna let him continue.
Well, what happened with him was they were in the middle of a battle, and he actually got on the front lines with the artillery, stuffing the cannons, doing all that, and it rallied the troops. So just the idea of those that you're leading seeing you doing the work and how that shows the leadership. It gets them to buy in. It shows a little bit more commitment from you. So I like the parallels from history.
What he was talking about when you mentioned the project, so the Gill 1918 project is a podcast, 10 minutes to 30 minutes every Tuesday through Sunday when we have the content, and it's really a way, just one of the ways that I'm trying to help coaches find their voice, and so I think that's a unique aspect because you're going to talk about something like that maybe 40% of people are like, no, bro, I don't know what you're talking about, but someone's going to listen and understand things better, and so please work on that. I love
And
that.
my academic advisor, history professor in college, at Lynchburg College, now University of Lynchburg, he was great because during the lectures, it was never remember these facts, remember these dates. He said history is about the people and the events of the time.
That's cool.
So it was more about learning all those things as opposed to, when was the Battle of Hastings, 1066. But when was the Battle of Hastings? And, the different things like that.
You must get picked up for a lot of trivia teams. History's always in that.
That's
crowd.
my other thing. Trivia. I went.
Wait, so then I know 3 things. Then.
Yeah.
So history, trivia, and comedy.
Stand-up comedy.
Give me a joke that's gonna make me laugh. I know. Dang it.
I'm more of like the story.
I know. I'm saying, I was like, it's kind of dumb because he's not a joke teller. A comedian is a whole different
No,
skill set.
I'm not the classic clown type guy. Not to say that people who tell jokes are. But
I talked to a couple of your athletes and they would just see. That's the kind of comedy you would do in the situation.
Yeah, but the trivia stuff, like I went something like 8 weeks straight from trivia solo. I was on a team, and then a guy he kind of
Was this in town?
in Connecticut.
In
Yeah,
Connecticut? You're the most hated guy in Connecticut?
Oh well, the team that usually wins, the guy comes over to me. We became friends, but he was like, "Hey, it's more fun to play with people. Why don't you come play with us?" I said, "You're saying that because I've been winning." He's like, "Yeah, exactly. We used to win." So I started playing with them after that. But yeah,
Did you keep winning?
yeah.
Okay. Because then we did, somebody's in the wrong if you stopped winning when you joined the team. Greg, my friend, thank you so much
Thanks
for
so much.
joining us
Nice
this
to
week.
see you.
Grateful for you. Thank you for being a coach, but also thanks for being a history nerd because that's one less thing I have to be. So.
And thanks for the Uber ride.
You're exactly right. Anytime, buddy. Anytime. Thank you so much, man. I love that guy. I don't love that history side of it, right? Keith Vance, I don't mess around with that history stuff, right? You probably do, Keith. Man, hold on. This guy brings show and tell and tries to
Well,
put
I
it
haven't
down.
been back at the hotel yet.
Look at the. Tell us first of all, tell us who you are. Introduce yourself. Yeah, give me the mic. Yeah, tell us, introduce
Mark
yourself.
Beerbaum, Director of Track and Field and Cross Country at Iowa Western Community College.
If you're watching on video, be careful. You might get blinded by this. It's not even a ring at this point. It's huge. It's like a pyramid. It's amazing. Now, what is this?
So our men won the Program of the Year award. So it combines cross country, indoor, and outdoor track to a score, and we got second in cross, third in indoor, third in outdoor, and so we won that award.
That is a full freaking team.
Yeah,
that's so
awesome.
Cool, man. Yeah, keep that up there. That's really cool, man.
So it's the first time we've won that, so it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. What is that something? Because the Programs of the Year award started, I don't know, it was before COVID. They've been 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years.
Well, in NJC, it hasn't had it for that long. It's been a couple of years for NJC.
So they started like D1 first. D2,
Yeah.
So when that was going on, before they had that, did you kind of make it like, because you kind of see the writing on the wall, like, okay, we're going to get it here in JUCO. Did you, like, is that something you strive for? Or is this just something like, after.
I like the trophy. It's a really cool trophy. It used to be a little bit rounder. It's a little bit more rigid right now. I'm an art teacher, so that's
okay.
But I really.
I was gonna say that's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, I really wanted the trophy, and so it was something I really wanted, and we went for it. And we really want to be a well-rounded program. That's was a goal all the way back when Coach Marshall started it, is to be well-rounded, and we've continued to build that and do that same thing, and it's cool.
Do you? I mean, because we can all do simple math. At least I can do simple math. So you kind of know, especially after the outdoor championships, you already know.
Yeah,
because it's a strict math problem. It's not a hey, we think these guys did a great job, let's give it to them. It's a math problem.
It's math
to get there. Yeah. So you got second, third, and third.
Yep, second, third, third.
Man, that's really cool. Dude. What a season!
And we won the half marathon, but that doesn't count in it.
Yeah, that's still weird to me.
It's a fun
event. It used to be the marathon.
No, team championship. So NAI has the marathon. I ran that.
That's what it was. Okay.
In college, but
yeah, that's right. We talked about that. Wait a minute, that's right. Forgive me. After doing 300, I sometimes have to have my memory rejiggered here. 400 hurdler.
Yep.
Who becomes
a
friggin' marathoner.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yep, but no, they run it's a really cool event. It's a half marathon team championship. Score 3, the 4 and 5 are pushers, but you can run unlimited.
Okay.
Because of COVID, they have it on the same time as cross country nationals.
Okay.
So we run cross country nationals on Saturday. People stick around, run the half marathon on Tuesday. It's kind of a crazy turnaround.
Some of the same kids doing cross or doing both.
Yep. Okay. And then we bring extra kids. If anybody wants to run it,
right.
And not everybody from cross has to run it.
So what's it take to win on an average year?
Well, so we've won the last 2 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So last year, Barney won the national record. He ran 103.47 and broke that national record this year. And he won it by like less than it was like 0.1. It was a sprint to the finish.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking in 100.
And I wasn't there. I was down at like mile 10 cheering everybody on, and I got a video of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, did you really win? Like, it was so close.
Dude, I would be crushed.
Yeah, it was nuts.
To run that far in 0.1. I mean, that's...
And this year he beat his teammate this year by 0.02. So his 2 years that he won it, less than a half second. So, and this year they ran 104. We averaged 105, like 105.59 for our top 5.
Wow. Dude, how are you, because half marathon training is different than 10K training,
what we're doing for our cross for the 8K, our long runs and some of our bigger workouts correlate, and they cross over. And
so
we're not doing anything.
Because you're not going, right. You're not like, okay, hey, we're going to go after the half marathon and whatever you have left on the 10K. Nope. You're like 10K and we're going to make sure you're prepared.
We're running 8K cross.
Yeah, I'm thinking on the track. But this is in the fall.
Yeah, this is fall.
Okay.
Yep. We didn't even talk about it until after cross is over. We'll see who's running it, talk about who's running it, but we don't even talk about it until the next day.
Is this ring from the half marathon?
This is from outdoor nationals.
Track. Yeah.
This is women's outdoor nationals. Our women won indoor and outdoor last year.
I won. What did we win? Something. Men's big rings here. Men's conference title when I coached at Troy, and we got what we thought was a big ring, and I think it might be the size of your Reveres, right?
Reavers.
It might be the size of just your reverb. Just how big that one is. This is huge. Did you get to help design it?
I designed the whole thing. I drew it out on paper. We went back and forth. I was really intrigued with it. I wanted to get the track lanes or something track involved in it, and so putting the lanes in there and figuring going back and forth until we got it right. It was just the lane lines, and then we added the 1, 2, and the 3, and it just I'm so. Baron did a really good job.
Parents did that one?
Yeah,
They
did a really good job.
I like that you designed it, because it's just another extra piece of like the personality to it, like the intentionality.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It made the whole process a lot better.
That's cool. You did a great job. That's fantastic. What's going on in JUCO track and field? Are we seeing? We talked over the years. You and I have talked about trickle down effects. With now. Meaning, the roster limits, more and more, it's crazy to say out loud, more and more typically football players right now are suing to get JUCO doesn't even count, things like that. That might end up being a rule here soon. What's going on in the JUCO world as it relates to track and field?
The trickle down, I don't think's really happened much yet, because they're still grandfathering some of those kids into the roster stuff. I've heard that's about to stop, and my coaching friends think that trickle down will happen a little bit more after that. We'll see. Hopefully, I think we're a great avenue, and especially for those high school kids that maybe aren't getting the looks, but they all want to go to those certain schools. Help get that done. And then in regards to those rules, that year rule is an interesting thing. You have coaches, and not just coaches, but you have people out there telling stories that it is
right,
and it's not. Nothing's happened yet.
Right. There's a reason why the kids have to sue still.
Yeah, the Pavia thing happened, and those kids from that year got those extra year. They got an extra year, and then I think they did it the second year. But other than that, nothing has been set in stone. The D2 is talking about 5 years, NAI is talking about 5 years.
Right.
But nothing's been voted on yet that I know of, and nothing's been said.
Is all these what you just said there? D2 is thinking about this, NAI is talking about this. Obviously, D1 is talking about everything all the time. Are there any things that you could maybe shed some light on? And I completely understand if no is the right answer in this public forum here. Is there anything that the NJCAA is talking about instead of being so reactive? And I understand the positions of where we are. I'm a former junior college coach. I have a lot of respect. Is there anything that the NJCAA is talking about activity? And I don't know what that means. If they decide that, hey, you know what, JUCO's now 3 years. You can do 3 years in JUCO. I don't know. I'm making that up.
I don't think so. I think we're just waiting to see what happens there. I mean, obviously, if they go to 5, we're a great option, because you can come here and spend even 1 year to get better. You still got 4 years left. 2, you still got 3. And if we don't count it all, which is kind of crazy, it is really crazy.
But I kind of get it too. It's different. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I kind of get it in the sense of like, it's not the NCAA. It's a totally different.
Yeah,
but I also think the NCAA should have a clock as soon as you start any post-secondary.
Yeah,
so
I think that discredits who we are and what we're doing, and we're doing some big things. And I mean, we are. If you look at some of the times and some of the things, Hilda Oldenmore just got third in NCAAs.
Yeah.
JUCO. All these different kids. JUCO.
Could you not see a world where someone goes to the greatest university in the world, Troy State, and does 4 or 5 years or whatever, and then says, "Yeah, but I'm not done, so I'm going to go to JUCO." I guess there's a difference between bachelor and associate. Let's not forget that we are academic institutions. So I can't see that. I was kind of talking out loud there. I just wanted to say Troy was the best school. That's all I really wanted to say.
I don't know. I think people.
I see what you're saying about the discredit.
They just don't understand what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Like Nikisha Price, who ran for us. She's the anchor leg for Jamaica's
Right.
football team.
I see where you're at. Because it invites the conversation of like, oh yeah, JUCO is just an extra couple years of high school. In reality, it's like no. It is the foreground of what we're doing in their 4-year schools, guys. It's as good. Go look at the results. We ain't playing here
too. Like
Absolutely.
These kids, that aren't quite ready to go on there, or don't understand what that year of distractions their freshman year is going to be. We're helping get those kids through that.
Absolutely. No, there's definitely a place, and again, I've told you this 100 times. I'm so glad I coached junior. I don't think I would be as well-rounded and as empathetic to all of our coaches if I had not done a year of junior college and understanding small city, struggling, small town, not even city where I was at, and also the importance of that level for track and field, not just NCAA, not just high schoolers, the realm of track and field as it sits.
We allow you to get through that messiness of the distractions of the first year, and then you're going to go on to another school and start with that new energy again, but with maturity.
Hopefully.
Well,
That's not an NJCAA guarantee.
Yes.
Yes.
We do our best.
All right, Mark, this year's theme, every year we do a theme, right? Last year we had to make predictions, all that kind of stuff. And this year's theme is, everybody calls you coach, rightfully so. Maybe your neighbors even call you coach from growing up. And, there's no bigger fan than me of track and field coaches. We're going to set that to a side. I want to know more about Mark. So there's something that you are a geek about, that you're a nerd about. You binge watch a show. You're trying to collect the state quarter from every state. I don't know. There's something that you have some intent into that is not track and field. What is that? Shed some light for us.
My kids.
Okay.
I love my daughters.
Aww.
Yeah, they are extremely active.
May I ask how old?
11 and about to turn 12.
Okay, so I have a
10, my bad, 10 and about to turn 12.
I have she just turned 12 now. You got me questioning. I think she just turned 12, so I know where you're at in your age. Are they doing everything?
Everything. We're at dance right now.
Yep.
They're dancing right now.
Yep.
And then we got softball eventually. We're in basketball and soccer right now. We're in this futsal, which is indoor soccer thing, and then basketball. And we do a little track during the summer. I
Sneak
think
something there.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a couple of the indoor meets in Northwest. And what else? I guess
when we were do you have more than just two?
No,
children?
yeah.
When we were having children, so that's enough, right? Yeah. Don't use the word just. That's enough. Trust me. So I'm 12 and my boy's 15. But when we started having children, you had this experience. Everybody does. Everybody has all this advice, and some of it's very hyperbolic, right? There was one thing that they warned me and all that kind of stuff, but they didn't put enough hyperbole behind it, and that was at a certain age and stage for your kids, you're nothing but a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Oh,
my wife does so much.
Same aim. I know you're watching. You're right.
It doesn't work without Jill. It doesn't.
Right.
With me, I miss some of the games during track and all that. Like, I was talking to my oldest about helping coach, and I was like, Jill's like, when are you going to be able to do that?
Right, yeah, I don't even try.
It doesn't work without her. And so, but yes, the taxi driving.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And you're right. Thank God. And my in-laws love them to death. Moved from Chicago down to our area. Oh, what a blessing. Because there's just times where Troy's got to go here and Cassie's go to here, and Dad's on the road in Dallas for crying out loud, and Amy's trying to figure out how do you split a car into two. Thank God Grandma and Grandpa are around, man. It's amazing.
And we've got good neighbors, and
carpooling. Do you guys use that app for carpooling?
No,
I don't understand.
Kids that are, a lot of the kids have been on the same teams for a couple years now.
I think Amy uses it for one of the play. Cassie's big in the theater and stuff, and I'm just like, isn't that what's called a text message? Like, don't you just? It's not like you have 5 or 10.
We have group
parents.
messages and stuff like that with the team, so it works out.
I don't get that.
Other than that, I don't know.
You binge watching any shows?
Landman. I'm into Landman. I really like that show.
I got so many calls. I don't know what episode. Might have been episode number 1. They filmed at TCU. They have all of our pits, and everybody was calling me, "Dude, you're a landman." I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. That's cool, but
it's crazy intense. Jill and I watch too much TV.
Yeah.
We like the Chicago.
A landman is someone who finds oil or something like that.
Yeah, it's Billy Bob Thornton is the main guy, and he's basically taking care of the oil fields.
Yeah.
And it's wild.
My boss's son-in-law is a landman.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of neat.
It's wild. I just watched that.
His name's Bubba, which that fits. Yeah.
I just watched Cocaine Quarterback. That was intense. Is that
an older one?
No, it's like 3 episodes. It's a true story. It's a guy that went to USC to play volleyball and ended up on the football team when Reggie Bush and were there.
Oh, okay.
And he got caught up with the cartel and was selling cocaine.
What is this on?
In Australia. Netflix.
I gotta.
It's crazy.
I was thinking the guy that did kind of the same-ish stories of the cocaine down in Miami.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I thought it was Cocaine Cowboys. So this must be a playoff of that. I got to find that.
It just came on recently.
Yeah, I'll find it. That's Hey, David, we were just talking about your son-in-law. He's a landman. I said his name was Bubba, but I feel like I'm off. Jim Bob. I was in the right. Yeah. He's binge watching Landman, the show, and I was like, it's funny.
I'm sure it can't be.
Hey,
It's
Coach Bennett,
absolutely
how are you,
crazy.
sir?
He's alive. Didn't get shot very often. It's intense. Here's my daughter.
Exactly. Mark, thank you so much. My
Thank
friend.
you.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate your leadership. Mike Hopper lead, Mike, in a small dose in NJCA, but your greater leadership in our sport. And just thankful for that because we need it. And appreciate what you do.
Thank you. Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
Thank you, brother.
Take care, man.
Yes, sir. Who's next? You guys want to arm wrestle? I know who I'm taking if y'all arm wrestle. He's got the levers on you, buddy.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Do you still have a voice?
I do. Yeah, I do these for like 2 hours in a row. I'm only at 148, man. I'm good.
Oh, good. So we got at least 12 more minutes.
Easily. Introduce yourself, my friend, and microphone a little bit closer to your mouth.
I'm Aaron Robinson, Associate Director of the Penn Relays.
Now, I had Blake Golden, the director of the Drake Relays. He's been our leadoff, like literally all 4 years we've done this. He's been our leadoff. Who wins in a physical MMA fight, you or Blake Golden?
Well, boy.
You know who Blake would say? You, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
You're 6'7".
So I'm 6'8", I'm 270, but like
I think I said 6'7" because that whole 6'7" thing. Literally, as I said that, I was like, I think my daughter made me say that.
Thank goodness I'm 6'8". Holy cow, would my life be a whole different thing right now? I mean, I think with Blake, it would just turn into like who can come up with the best compliment to like hurt the other person.
Ooh.
But I don't know how you. Not like I don't mean that. Like,
Yeah.
that sounded like
No.
passive aggressive. I don't mean like that.
I think I'm
Blake's
with you.
too nice.
Yes.
Now, I can think of other people I could certainly beat because of just built up aggression, but Blake would certainly not be that person.
I'm not on that list, am I?
Dude, if you and I were in a fight in there, I would be running for the hills.
Bro. First of all,
Okay, former distance runner or former thrower? Which one are you going to take?
my knees are so bad I couldn't catch you if
Well,
you race walked
you're-
away from me.
And you're just assuming that my physical specimen is just in tip-top, like
True, I am assuming that.
we've gone off the rails here, but
No, this is part of the rails. This is what I want. No, we're good. Tell me about
no,
Penn Relays in 2026. What do we anything exciting to look forward to?
yeah, it's the best thing about the Penn Relays. We're coming up. This will be the 130th running. Now it's been going on for more than 130 years, 1895 to 2026. With those 2 years with COVID, it's kind of thrown that off. But we're at 130th running. The best thing about that meet is it's more of the same, right? Like the Rose Bowl is not broken, so why are they going to reinvent the Rose Bowl? And by no means am I saying that Penn Relays is the Rose Bowl, but in track and field,
I'll say it's our Rose Bowl. Yeah.
it absolutely is. I mean, the granddaddy of them all.
That's it, baby.
But a couple of years ago, we started having the boys and girls high school changing days.
That was a really for me. Like, we're getting close to 350 episodes on the podcast, right? So I always tell people, so you can forgive me that I forget some things, right?
Sure.
But there's a few conversations that I like they're just imprinted in my brain. And the conversation about how, I think I teed up the question about like, oh, you're just moving the boys to the girl, big deal. And you were like, oh, you started going into the average 4x4 for a boy is X, Y, and Z, and they live for the girls. So that means I got this much extra time, Mike. So I got to do. I still tell people that story. Like, you guys have no idea how intricate this is.
That's what's so tricky with the Penn Relays as a whole. And I'll get back to my original point of saying this, but we get lots of feedback, and I love feedback. Right? If you're not getting feedback, then you're doing something majorly wrong. But with feedback, it's so challenging because everybody's looking through a different lens with feedback, not thinking of the whole thing, right? Not thinking of it top to bottom. And with the Penn Relay specifically, we've got 17,000 athletes going through in 3 days. If you move one thing, it's a complete domino effect. So when we switched the boys and girls, it was a massive puzzle that we were able to figure out, and we've obviously made some tweaks since then. And it's tricky, but it was something that was absolutely worth it. And so this year, it'll be the boys on Friday and Saturday, and the girls on Thursday and Friday. which also aligns well with Quincy Wilson,
Oh yeah.
Bullis High School,
Yeah.
senior, his last chance to beat the
Yeah.
Jamaicans. It hasn't happened yet. He's run 42.9. Can he run any faster? I mean, it's
talking about those
crazy.
core memories. So last year, I was blessed to be at the Penn Relays, and over the past couple of years, Quincy's coach Joe Lee has become a good friend of mine. So I get to hang out with him and all that kind of good stuff. And I remember that race. You're right. So Quincy goes out there and runs. He splits 44.9, if I remember correctly. Maybe it was 43.9.
43.9. I said 42.9 a second ago, and then I realized that it wasn't 42.9. He went 43.9.
Gets beat, because he didn't get the baton ahead of the Jamaican kid. But it's all good. But what a heart the kid races, all that kind of stuff, right? What was interesting to me though is the next day, and this is not putting down any of these athletes. Texas A&M goes out and wins the 4x4, if I remember correctly, and I believe the young man's name is Ahmad Robinson. Goes out, and Ahmad's extremely accomplished. Right? I think he was NCAA champ, maybe indoor or something like that. Obviously, he's on a 3-flat 4x4. Maybe anybody would take Ahmad Robinson on their team. And I remember distinctly the announcer calling out his split, and it was 44.9. And I remember I was talking to oh my gosh, my brain. I was talking to a coach. I gotta stop just naming names here, coach. I was talking to Lynn Smith at the University of Maryland. Where Quincy's going? Oh my God, this is kind of weird. Yeah.
How perfect, right?
And I go, Lynn. That was a great race by Ahmad. He goes, yeah, 44.9. It's amazing. I go, I don't know if you remember yesterday, and he was with me when Quincy ran out. I go, went 43.9. Like,
and he probably did a nice pat you on the back, like, I know. And then luckily, boy, what a land for that program. That's awesome.
I like this move. For many reasons, I like this move. First of all, super trust the head coach there. He knows what he's doing, specifically in the quarter mile. But he's a really intelligent young man. People laugh like, oh man, he's an old man, but he's a very intelligent guy. I like this move a lot.
And Quincy obviously is one of one as far as talent level goes and all that, but Quincy's also one of one as far as young men go.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm more impressed. I know this sounds crazy. I'm more impressed with Quincy Wilson, the human being, than Quincy Wilson, the 400-meter star.
Yeah.
And I will say that to forever.
I haven't got to meet Q yet.
Oh, he is awesome.
But I've talked to Joe many times, and he, there's stories he'll tell me about Q that I'm like, wait, he's 16 and he's making that decision? Like, really? It's really, good parents and just
everything.
It's impressive.
Everything.
Yeah.
So being able to watch him race one last time as a high school at Penn Relays, and last year that 4x4, I mean, I call it the greatest high school race ever run. And I would argue that to the death.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the death match between me and Blake. But I would argue that to the death because it had the second, third, and fourth fastest 4x4s ever run in world history. Well, scholastic world history, right? The only one team that's ever run faster was Calabar in 2017 when they went 3:03 at the Penn Relays. Bullis crushes the U.S. record.
Yeah.
Quincy runs 43.9. He comes up when he got onto the shoulders with the guys at the top of the home stretch. It was deafening in the stadium, and you just wondered, can they do it? The thing that's so hard to beat the Jamaicans is they're so prepared and disciplined. Their coaches prepared them. Those anchors knew exactly what was going to happen. They knew they were going to have the lead. They didn't know if it was going to be 5 meters, 10 meters, or 15. It ended up being 15. And they knew at some point Quincy's going to come up, stay controlled, and as soon as he came up, top of the home stretch, those guys had an additional gear because, again, they were given a 10 to 15 meter head start. But greatest high school race of all time.
I remember I took a picture. First of all, and you have to extra precautions and stuff because of Quincy's status in our sport and being a young individual. The entourage that comes out.
Oh man!
And then after the race, again, Quincy just ran his tail off, and everybody's mobbing him. And the coaches and the teams are doing all these pictures in front of the Toyota.
The field?
Yeah, there's car there, Toyota, right?
They're not a sponsor anymore. So
okay,
I didn't want to make sure
okay, thank you. The car that was there, but that was kind of like the gaggle, and everybody's taking pictures and everything. And I remember I took a picture of just the hubbub, and I was like, man, you can't tell me there's not interest in track and field. Look at this. This is a mob. All the press was there. I mean, there's a story, guys, that this happens everywhere. Maybe not to that 43.9, but there's a story there of competition that I thought was so cool to see in person.
And that's the beauty of relays, right? And I'm not just saying this because
Absolutely.
I love relays.
No.
The beauty of relay is, yes, there's individual components, but just like in basketball, there's individual components. But either the Lakers or we're in Dallas, the Mavericks won the game.
Right.
Now there's LeBron that had a great game, or maybe this was last year in Luka.
Right.
I won't bring up too many more of those types of things here, but one of them probably had a great game. And that's what a lot of people may be talking about.
Right.
But at the end of the day, who got the win and who got the loss?
Right.
And that's the beauty of the relays, as it was in that race. Everybody was talking about Quincy. Let's also keep in mind that Kingston College won the 4x4, and they've just continued to roll out to this level of dominance, and the second fastest 4x4 ever run by a Scholastic team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ultimately the World Relay Championships of high school. Because these are high school teams.
Yeah,
these are not all-star teams. These are high school teams that go to school together. They all converge on that day. And, oh, by the way, they ran through. It's just
Silly.
It's crazy.
Silly.
Absolutely crazy.
This year, Aaron, our theme is off the track. And what I mean by that is, and you don't coach, but what we're explaining to our coaches is that, you're Aaron first, not coach first. So you're Aaron first before you're meet director, before you've been a relays guy. Talk to me off the track about Aaron. There's something that you're a geek about, that you're a nerd about. You read every episode, comic book of the X-Men. You're trying to collect the state quarter from, I don't know, there's some hobby, there's something that you are just a nerd about. What is that for you?
Baseball.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
A certain team, or you like
I am
a
an
stats geek?
avid Dodger fan.
Yeah.
I have been. It was ingrained in me. My grandfather, my maternal grandfather, was a huge baseball fan. He loved the Dodgers just to bother his father, who was a Yankees fan.
Oh, okay.
And he just absolutely fell in love with it. And I mean, he used to sit by the radio and listen to Vince Scully and keep a scorebook. My grandfather was a broadcaster. He did all the play-by-play for BYU sports in the 70s, 80s, and into the 90s.
That's cool.
And what's kind of fun is my two grandfathers, one was Clarence Robinson, but my other grandfather, Jay Monson, started the BYU Sports Network, which now is a full-blown entity at BYU.
Dude.
So it's, even though he's now passed, if I go back and watch highlights of Steve Young at BYU, it's Grandpa's voice and everything. And so baseball is so, it's so important to me.
That's really interesting to me for two reasons that you can go back to. Like today, we could pull it up on YouTube and there'll be something, right? You get to hear your grandfather's voice. Because one is, when people rail against social media, and you know me well enough, I'm a social media advocate. Sure, doesn't mean there's not bad things that happen, but that's everywhere. There's bad things that happen on TV, radio.
Bad things that happen everywhere.
But I think about these cell phones and social media, and I think about, like, my kids are going to be able to have pictures and videos for their grandkids. There's no joke. I think there's 2 pictures of me when I was a baby that have survived. That's it. Their kids are going to be able to see this so much more. Think about, would you like to see a video of your grandpa the first time he got on a mic? On his date with your grandma. I mean, those are lost. Those are just memories that are out there. So I love that you have that too. I feel a bit of a responsibility with the podcast about that. So we've had now three off the top of my head. I feel like I'm missing someone lately. 3 individuals that have been on the podcast that have passed away. Brooks Johnson, Judd Logan, and Lateef Thomas. There is another one I'm missing. Someone just passed, I think. And so I started thinking about some of our coaches out there that are of an age that I'm like, man, I want to capture. You've been on the show, so you know what it's. It's a kind of a biographical.
Oh, and it goes into every aspect.
And so I feel a little bit like that's not
cool.
the purpose of the podcast, but
no,
I feel
it
a little.
It preserves something for that family that maybe they didn't, get the oral history or whatever, but they got that piece. And that's awesome.
Last year, Judd Logan got inducted into the Hall of Fame. His son worked for it. I hired his son back in the day at Gill. and they invited me to sit at the family table, and I reran his episode that night as a tribute of like more people need to hear about him. Now, this person has not passed away, but Boo Schiffsnyder, my mentor, is going in tomorrow. I'm doing the same thing for Boo as well. So
That's great.
but I love that you get to.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
How old were you when he passed?
I was an adult.
So you got to maybe hear in person.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I was a kid, some of my earliest memories is, watching the BYU football or basketball game and Grandpa's on the
You
mic.
had children.
Uh-huh.
They probably did not meet great grandpa.
My oldest was a baby when he passed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're going to remember. They can go right now and hear. That's really special to me.
No, it's
and
very, very cool.
They're doing some of those things in AI, and I'm an AI advocate. I'm not sure that's kosher. I don't know. I'm not that. I know. I'm not in that situation, so I don't know either. But yeah. Baseball. So I love that picture of Grandpa listening to the game and writing the scorecard. Are you that level of nerdom? Like, are you keeping it?
I watch. No, I don't keep a score.
That's what I'm wondering.
But I watch every Dodger game to an extent. It all depends on how late I can stay up.
Yeah, West Coast, right? Yeah, and you're all the way East Coast.
And there was a long time there that it was pretty rough, but the last 15 years have been pretty great. And especially the last 2 years, it's been pretty great to be a Dodger fan.
I don't like baseball at all. I played fifth grade and had a zero better average, just swore it off. But like, what's your favorite player on the Dodgers? Maybe I know him. Is that? Oh, I might be getting myself in baseball trouble here. Is that where the guy who pitches and hits, Shohei Ohtani? Is he a Dodger?
Yeah.
This could be a favorite player, right? That guy's amazing.
Oh, I mean, you have a tremendous amount of respect. Clayton Kershaw, and again, shout out to Dallas. That's where he's from. Okay. Played his whole career with the Dodgers. Cool. Clayton Kershaw is my favorite athlete of any sport.
Did he? This is such a terrible question. Did he go to BYU?
No, he did not.
Did anybody or any BYU players on? Have you guys, your team?
No.
I think BYU is maybe the team that's most on the cusp of like being a powerhouse. I know we like talking about LSU's
in certain sports.
I think so, bro.
And this is in no disrespect to the BYU baseball program, which has done a phenomenal job. One of the hardest things about baseball is if you're not in the South, you can't practice outside.
Absolutely.
And so if you look at who dominates in college baseball, you can just circle the map. And this is where it is. I mean,
yes, and we can say that about track, and that doesn't hold true 100% of the time. But you're right; it's a huge advantage. No arguments in regards.
The other thing that's tricky, just as we see, like again, I know you're not a baseball fan. Yeah. The Colorado Rockies will never be very good at baseball.
Didn't they win the World Series?
No, the Rockies have been once.
I think that tells you how. Oh, they did go though.
They did go once.
See, I'm not that far.
But just once. It's the only time they've ever made the playoffs in their 30 years of existence.
Yeah, not long, right? Yeah.
But the ball moves different at altitude. And BYU is at the same altitude as Colorado. So it's hard to get pitchers that the ball's not going to move. Now, hitters, you can hit it a long way. But again, and this is in no disrespect to the BYU baseball program. They do an incredible job. But the spring in Provo is not a great place for baseball. So anyway, besides that, go Cougars.
Yeah, I have gotten myself in trouble this year for this live session here at USTFCCCA asking about this because I've had to have in-depth conversations about the 10K. Didn't really care to have that. Baseball, I don't really care to have that. And then one's was history. He's a big history buff, and I'm like, oh man. It's like, man, I gotta find a different question.
Well, we certainly cross paths in a lot of places, but apparently distance running, baseball, and history. Which are
how are we friends, bro?
Well, I think it's more of a sign of you than your ability to be friends with everybody.
I think it started with your dad, who I've known longer than you and have always had a lot of.
He also hates baseball, so my mom loved it. My mom absolutely loved it. It was me and mom. Oh, 100%.
All right, Aaron. Thanks so much, brother. Appreciate you. Hey, thank you for what you do for the sport of track and field. You've been in a lot of different, not a lot, but several different positions in our sport, and have always moved it forward. And that's important. No bigger fan of track coaches than me, so obviously it's always going to be my bend. But it takes a lot more than just our track coaches, and so people like you in your position and your team are a big part of our sport, and I'm really grateful.
Right back at you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, boss. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for everybody joining us here. Obviously, live on YouTube, live on Instagram, and don't forget you can catch all the Gill podcast, all the reruns and stuff like that on your favorite podcast app, as well as on YouTube. And then just started here in 2025, Twitch TV. So twitch.tv/Gill Athletics. You can see all the interviews, including, you might not recognize this guy because he's wearing new clothing. And that's my very first question after I have him introduce himself. But you'll find his interview on twitch.tv/Gill Athletics as well. We're running that channel 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, if you wake up insomnia at 2 a.m., maybe his interview will be on there and you'll fall asleep really quick. So it'll help you in your health. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Yes, Jim Sprecher. I'm the new cross-country coach at USC
All right, Jim. I should have called you. We've known each other for, I'm old, decades now at this point. What are you doing, man? When I went to visit you at Lynchburg, I was so impressed. I said, what a beautiful campus. I loved where the track sits with those dorms. I loved everything about it. You'd been there for a while, a lot of success. And boom, you're leaving to go to Aiken. What are we doing? Why are we doing this?
That's a great question. No.
You're still asking yourself that every day? No, that's not true. That's not true.
No, been coaching now college track and cross country for the last 40 years. And so the one thing you probably know about me is I love to build things.
Absolutely.
And so after...
You do a good job at that, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. After 10 years at Lynchburg and, again, having just great experiences, great memories.
Yeah.
Just an opportunity to slow down just a little bit.
Sure.
Doing
You've earned that.
3 just cross. And, of course, my wife, Gwen-Ann. And this provided her an opportunity to retire.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And now with the granddaughters and everything, just gave us a little more balance, and still gave me a chance to do what I love and coach.
Right. Are the kids living in Aiken or around Aiken?
They're going to be moving that way.
Okay, so, I wondered where Trace and them were at. They're in the area. When I say area, meaning they're not in California. They're in the region.
Alex and her family are in Wilmington still.
Yeah.
And then Trace and his family are in Lynchburg.
Yeah,
okay. But they're
in
supposed
Lynchburg.
to be relocating to the Carolinas.
How far from Lynchburg?
5 hours from Lynchburg and about 3.5 from Wilmington.
Yeah, okay. Beautiful area. I think I went there once for something, but a beautiful area.
Yeah.
How's the school? I don't know much about USC Aiken.
Yeah, USC Aiken's a Division II school.
Mm-hmm.
It's a growing school. Record enrollment, just located in a beautiful part of the country, right across from Augusta, Georgia.
Oh.
So if anybody knows anything about the Masters Golf Tournament.
Wait a minute. Wait. This is going to be embarrassing. How far are you from Augusta, Georgia?
20 minutes.
I was in Augusta, Georgia this summer for like a long weekend. My son qualified last year as a middle schooler. The middle school national championships, bass fishing was there.
I saw that.
And I was there.
Okay.
I was 15 minutes from you?
Yeah. Some friend.
Shut up. I'm sorry, because any opportunity I would have been there. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Only cross country.
Only cross country.
Plans, thoughts of adding?
Yeah, I mean, if we need to, we would do it, but it would just be with our distance kids doing the track portion of it.
Starts there. Jill Miller at Northwestern's doing that right now, and you got to build healthy things, grow, and you got to start somewhere. You don't have to go full blown, but there's a possibility to continue adding that. So maybe if it needs to,
But it's a small world, and that the AD at USC Aiken used to be with me at UNC Wilmington back in the 90s.
Oh, nice. When you were winning championships after championships after championships. So that's a common theme that's followed you, my friend.
Yeah, so he's given me resources to really build something special.
With men and women?
Men and women.
And with men and women in cross country, so like you're, one of the things I've always liked about you, besides many things, is staff development. You've had a lot of great people on your staffs, and from Ball State to UNCW to Lynchburg, they've developed. I mean, gosh, and you've had some good ones. So it's hard to say, like, look at this one. But your distance coach at Lynchburg obviously got a lot of pub for lots of good reasons. Now at Northern Arizona, rightfully so. Do you have a staff at Aiken? Because I'm thinking like with cross, maybe not.
I'm a one-man show.
Yeah, okay.
And so that part of it, yeah, I'm kind of missing
Sure.
pouring in, but what I have been doing is pouring into the other coaches on staff.
I wonder.
So I'm
Yeah.
still coaching coaches.
Generally younger age at Aiken, or
Yeah.
Okay,
A lot of pretty
good.
fairly young staff. I guess I'd probably be even though it's my first year, I'm probably second in
Yeah.
seniority. As
What
far
do we
as
call it? The
years of
Godfather
coaching.
or whatever when you're there. I'm like, well, you just got there though, but yeah, that makes sense. What is, so is Aiken a new program? Like, did you start the program, or has it started in the last year or two, or are you building on decades long of a program?
Yeah, no, they've had a program for a while.
Okay.
And basically, the biggest difference is they decided to really go all in and fully fund it.
Oh, look out.
And
Okay.
so, yeah, it's gonna be something that's great. And what I didn't realize at the time was just the opportunity we have because the area it's got so much. It's one of the biggest horse communities in the country.
I could see that.
And there's a park called Hitchcock Woods,
Okay.
and it's the largest urban park in the United States, even bigger than Central Park.
Really?
And a mile and a half from my office is this park, and we have 70 miles of trails back in this park. And
Dude.
the other thing is we have, because of our horse culture, we have downtown the horse district.
Okay.
And again, we had just miles and miles in the middle of town, these dirt roads, so that the horses have places to go from their fields
Sure.
to their, stables and everything.
Like instead of like an HOV lane, you have a HORSE lane.
We do, yeah. So you drive through town.
Wait, no, it's still HOV. It's horse only area. That was terrible. I almost got there. That was going to be a good one.
We can still laugh about it. But no, we really do. So you have, instead of pedestrian crossings, we have horse crossings.
That's cool. Do you know Lori was called? She said you're awesome. So she knows you.
Okay.
I'm sure, it's Instagram, so the names are, and he's not on
I don't know
Instagram.
anything about
Yeah.
that.
Well, Lori knows you, so I know she knows that as well. But Lori says you're awesome, and I agree with her. I love, me, I love mascots. What is, because Lynchburg was cool. It was like the Hornets. Yeah. Ball State was pretty good. Cardinals, UNCW was pretty cool. Oh my God. Seahawks. USC Aiken. I mean, he's talking about the big horse culture. I'm going to say there's something like the racers or something with the horses. What is it?
Well, growing up in Indianapolis, I've always wanted to be an Indiana Pacer. I'm a Pacer.
That's
Finally.
cool. That's awesome. I love that. Jim, this session here at USTFCCCA, we always have a theme every year. Last year when you were with us, it was make a prediction, right? All that kind of stuff. This year, everybody for a long time has called you coach for a lot of great reasons. That's your profession, right? But that is your profession. So let's put that to the side. I want to know more about Jim. There's got to be, there's something that you are a nerd about, that you're a geek about, whether it's binge watching a show, you like to collect little tiny teaspoons from every state. I forgot that used to be a hobby back in the day. You like to make your own candles. I'm trying to come up with different examples every time, so I'm kind of getting a little creative here. Give me some insight. What are you a nerd about?
Well, I guess I'm an addict.
Okay. All right. Get ready to call 911. This is going to be good. What are you an addict about, my friend?
So,
besides your family, because I know that is number one. What are you an addict about?
Well, it's been over 47 years. 47 years back in August. I started working out, and I still have not taken a day off.
Are you still on the run streak?
Yeah. And so even this morning when I flew out early, I was out there at 3:30 this morning doing my run and getting my day started. So
what is your, because everybody has a little different requirement. What's your requirement per day to run?
So I do both. Again, I like to run and lift and all that. And so I have a play on the old saying of an apple a day keeps the doctor away. In this case, I always say an hour a day keeps the doctor away.
So you run and work out for an hour every day. Good friend who's also, you've been on the podcast, he's a Gill podcast as well. Another good friend who's been on the show is Tony Holler. Do you know that name, Tony Holler? Tony Holler also has a run streak, and he, if I remember correct, stepped off a curb or a stair and busted him, and he ended it. He's back at it though, because you know Tony Holler.
Yeah.
You guys like you is gonna. That's the only way it's gonna stop. But you're gonna get right back on it as soon as you can. did you say 43 years?
47. August
40?
August of 1977 is when it started.
About a year after I was born. You said 47. Wait, no, I'm older. I'm almost 50 in 26. So 48 years.
48
Right?
years. Okay.
Yeah. Dude,
Long time.
has that ever caused an issue? And what I'm thinking is like you missed the date with your wife because you had to do that. You were late to Trace's birth. I don't know, I'm just thinking like, has it ever like, oh man, I missed or I was late because I had to get 10 more minutes. I couldn't stop. It was 20 years. I couldn't stop at 20 years.
Yeah, people have asked that question. It's like you ran on your birthday, you ran on your anniversary, you ran when you got married, and kids
Yep.
were born. That's
Yep.
it. Yeah. And it's just I make the time for it. And like I said,
You've taken
normally,
vacations. You
yeah,
didn't know of it, you know.
I've run in blizzards, hurricanes, tornadoes, you name it. I've been out there
Dude.
getting it done. So
I am also I'm on a 49, almost 50-year-old streak of not doing that at all. That's crazy. That's I love the commitment, and I love the many reasons, but your stated reason like keeps the doctor away. Just health and great example you set for your kids, your physical kids. That's also an example you set for the athletes you've had throughout the decades as well. It's it's something to be proud of, and that's you don't see it ending until the good Lord says you're done with it, huh?
that's right.
Yeah, man. Well, that's going to be at least a 60, 70, 80-year-old streak, my friend. I can see it. You're going to be out there just hobbling like one of our old friends. That's a terrible pot shot. Don't do that. Don't do that. Jim, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful for you. I'm proud of you, man. That's to make that decision and slow down a little bit. That's a little bit of an issue with our track coaches who are addicts of working and stuff like that they don't take that step back. And I'm glad you did it for health, for reasons, for family time, things like that. I'm proud of you for doing that.
Oh, great.
Really,
And again, I always want to thank you what you do for our profession. And you always, we come to these things to learn about our sport, but you're here to learn about people.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate what you do for us.
Thank you. You might not have been my boss, but you certainly were an influence on me as our time at Ball State. So, learning empathy and understanding other people, you're part of that journey, my friend. So I'm grateful for you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Thank you, Jim. Love you, brother. Love that guy. Yeah, get up in here. Come on in.
I just got a call from Tony Jones. He said he'll be checking on you tomorrow.
He's always checking on me in some form or fashion. Go ahead and introduce yourself for me, my friend.
My name is Andrew Schmidt. I'm a 30-year high school head coach in Illinois, was at Bloom Township High School, and now at New Trier High School in Winnetka.
And we are in Dallas. What the heck are you doing down here?
I was very fortunate to have gotten the Illinois Coach of the Year, and have been taking it all in. It's fantastic. It's a great convention.
First time, I'm assuming.
First time here at the clinic. I've done a number of different certs before.
Right.
But first time actually coming to the clinic. Usually right now it's finals week.
Right.
But I'm in the networking program now at New Trier.
Okay. What's that mean?
So all the switches, keep the internet going so people can get to
not networking like, I get to know Tim.
Networking as in the actual switches and
interesting.
servers and all that.
That's interesting. All right, do me two favors. Just come to me just a little bit, and then hold that mic just a little bit closer to your mouth.
All right, gotcha.
Tell me about New Trier. I probably should know more than the average person because I live in the same state, and I know New Trier. I used to coach at De La Salle High School in the Catholic League, right? So I'd see New Trier athletes and all that kind of such, but I don't know much about New Trier. I just know that it's a very academic. Here's what I believe I know, I should say, and you'll correct me. It's a very academic institution that has supported athletics and kind of maybe understands that those two a lot of times go hand in hand. Tell me where I'm right and where I'm wrong.
Well, you are definitely right. New Trier is a place that is very special. It has the academics and the athletics. Last year, I believe they won 7 state championships. Again,
amongst different sports.
So far this year, they've won boys golf, third for girls golf, The field hockey team won the state championship. Swimming was third, I think, and had a number of state champions. In the last 2 years, you had boys soccer won state championship, girls soccer won state championships and took second, and it goes right down the line.
And this is the type of school that I believe, like the valedictorian always goes Ivy League or Stanford.
100%.
Like,
Everybody
you've
is
got
planning
multiple perfect scores in the ACT, things like that. Yeah, I think I know a little bit about it because one of the reasons why we were in Urbana and moved to the Muhammad area, so east to west of Champaign, basically, when we started having kids, is every time they do like the top 50 or top 100 schools in the state of Illinois, like let's say it's top 50, 49 will be in the Chicagoland area. A lot of times New Trier are heading that list, and the only one in the whole rest of the state is Muhammad. So I always kind of see like the other schools and things like that. But New Trier, and I know what Muhammad does academically, they're amazing. And I'm like, oh yeah, New Trier is in that same vein, always Ivy League school. Yeah,
I was just at one of the award ceremonies, and I think they had 25 kids who are in the semifinalists of the next
the National Merit thing. Dude, when you have one of those, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a place where the success is driven and lots of support.
How big a school? How many students?
So 4,000 students. So there's two campuses. There's the main Winnetka one, which is sophomores, juniors, and seniors, which is right on down by Sheridan Road and along the lake. And then there is the freshman campus, is where the stadium, the football stadium, and the different playing fields are, which are just out when you going down the Edens and you see Loyola and the stadium of Loyola. The next set of buildings over is actually the East Camp, the West Campus.
And how long have you been there?
I am now in my 5th year, so I had 4 years of track before this past season.
How is it? Like I always, track and field coaching is hard. I did it for 10 years, and I had to get out. I've always wondered about like our higher academic institutions, a Stanford, Northwestern, the Ivy Leagues, coaching track and field. On the high school side, same thing. Like I kind of think of New Trier as like an Ivy League of high school, meaning academics is extremely, extremely important, guys. You don't get to do one or the other. They go hand in hand. How is it coaching that caliber of a young kid today in 2025, 2026? Is it harder? Like, do they ask you questions? You're like, bro, you're smarter than me. I have no clue what you're talking about. Are they more, what would be the word, spoiled? I know we have some affluency in New Trier as well. What's it like coaching these kind of kids in today's age?
I came from being at Bloom Township, which had a lot of challenges, lots of being a place that many of the kids are in the poverty level and have different family troubles. And then going to New Trier, what I saw when I got there, they kind of didn't believe that there could be sprinters and jumpers at New Trier. They always relied on their distance programs.
Sure, stereotype to
and
distance,
those types of kids. And there's 200. This last year there was 215 boys on the track team.
On
the boys. So there was another 200 plus on the girls.
So you said roughly 4,000 students. So there's roughly 400 kids. So if I'm walking down the hallway, on average, 1 out of 10 kids I pass are going to be on the track and field team.
Absolutely.
That's so cool, man. I love that.
And then there's so many other opportunities. When you talk to those kids and you say, there's all these opportunities at New Trier. If track and field isn't for you and you're not going to work hard, you could go to try to do the chess team or those other teams, but you'd be like, you wouldn't make those because those teams cut and we don't cut.
Sure.
But what I really see, what really troubles me is when people say that kids aren't tough.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I see that especially New Trier kids and other kids, when they're bought into the program, they will do everything and more. And I think they do that to their detriment. The New Trier kid is programmed that if they're stressed, they try to do more. And more isn't always better.
I think one of the Harvard coaches told me about that, because those kids are so academic that you've got to be careful with
Right.
them because they will go over to the breaking point.
Right.
That's what I was kind of wondering. I agree 100% with you. We just had it'll publish here in January, February. Lucky Huber, head coach, University of South Dakota, and we were both in the same wavelength. Same thing. He's like, man, he goes, when people talk about kids and how lazy they are and they never go outside, he goes, I'm around young people every day and they're busting their hump. They could do other things. These kids are smarter. Have a lot of, to your point, Nutria has a lot of opportunities. And you got 400 kids that still choose to go do an extremely hard sport every single day.
Right.
That ain't weak.
And I always say too that Nutria kids can do anything, but you can't do everything. Because you got to choose what you want to be great at. You can't just say because they're used to being carted around and their parents are like, well, they got this opportunity and that opportunity, but that doesn't work out. I mean, how many boys who are doing 7-on-7 end up finishing their track season strong? Because you just can't do everything. And that was Dylan Benjamin. As a junior, he did 7-on-7 the whole way. Ended up finishing his jump season not what he wanted last year, and then this year he's state champion in the triple jump. It's just
what class did you? 3A.
We're 3A.
Yeah, 4,000. Yeah. Are there any bigger schools?
Lane Tech is bigger.
Just about to say, I've always heard Lane Tech.
Lane Tech, the other city schools.
Like, are they 5,000?
I think they're high 4.
Every time we drive by, I'm like, it just looks like a
big
facility. Big building, man. Yeah.
A lot of tradition.
Yeah, right, exactly. A good friend of my wife's was a softball player at Lane Tech, so it's always in my head of Lane Tech. Yeah, I remember. It's off topic here. So I went to high school in Alabama. Graduated with a class of 125, so roughly 500-600 kids. Yeah, exactly.
I can relate.
I remember. So I went to Chicago after high school for college, and I remember sitting with my fraternity brother, and I think he went to. He might have been New Trier Lane Tech. He went to one of these big ones. That's crazy. I'm probably just making that up. He went to a super big school, right? Like in the call it 4,000, 3,000 range. And he's like, I'm looking at his yearbook or whatever, and I was like, how many kids are in your class? And I remember him saying 1,000 or 900 or whatever. Right. And I remember going, how did you know everybody in your school? Like, that's great, because I knew everybody in my school. Right. And he goes, brother, I didn't know everybody in my class. Right. And I, little country boy from Alabama, it blew my mind that there were schools so big you didn't know that your seniors. You didn't, like, how? What do you mean? I know all the kids in the entire school. You don't even know. That's crazy to me. Yeah. And there are schools like that around the country. That's unbelievable.
But there's lots of opportunity that kids can find what they're good at and what makes them go. Right. And you see have unbelievable musicians, singers, people who are debating, kids in the plays and all the.
That's what I'm saying. When people talk bad about young people, I'm like, dude, where do you think our next violinists are coming? Where do you think our next actors are coming from? Where do you think our next chess they're 16-year-olds right now. Give me a break, guys. Give me a break. All right, Andrew, the theme this year, every year at the convention when we do the live recording here, we always have some kind of theme. Last year we asked everybody to make a prediction because you're being recorded, so we get to go back and check. This year it's a little bit easier. Throughout your career, rightfully so, everybody's called you coach. It's a title that is very revered. I get it. No bigger fan of track coaches than me, so I get that. I'm going to put that to the side, and I want to know about Andrew. There's something that you're a nerd about, that you're a geek about. You collect baseball cards, and you like to collect all the 1970 Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't know. There's a show you're binge watching. You want to visit all the big, how they have the world's largest toothpick and all that kind of crap. What are you a nerd about, my friend?
Well, I was looking for Olympic memorabilia. Oh, yeah. So I actually have a story on that. So I have like the tokens from the Atlanta Olympics. Like they have a token, so that like the bus tokens, and they did bus tokens
like a commemorative
all of the things. Oh. And then there's like different McDonald's ones that did everything. Mm-hmm. Interestingly, I got the bear from the Russian Olympics.
Yeah.
Would that be 80?
We boycotted 80. Yes, 80.
And there was a Russian bear, and I had the bear, and it was in my closet, and I was going through some stuff. And then I noticed on the walls walking in New Trier that there was the Russian club. And the Russian club had the picture says, "Come go to the Russian club meeting," and they had the bear on it.
No.
So
Wait, like the actual bear or like a picture?
A picture of
Okay,
the
okay,
toy
okay.
that
But
I
you
had. And so I
That's so
found
rare.
out who the head of it was Boris, who is also actually is in our technology department. And I brought the bear for Boris, and Boris just had this physical reaction that he's like, I'm like, "Here, Boris, I noticed you used the bear. This is yours." And he's like, "Back in 1980, when he was in Russia, they had the mascot there, and they filled it up with air, and they launched it into space or something at the end of the ceremony. We didn't get to see that."
Yeah, right.
And
So they
unfortunately,
say.
the Olympics didn't. And he wanted to get the bear, and he could never get it. So there you go.
Dude.
What a great moment it was.
So do you continue that kind of collection? Like, do you stick to like the 8084?
I'll probably be retiring in 4 or 5 years and branding my beautiful wife who's over there. We've decided
that was
we're
your daughter. Dude.
Oh,
are you
no,
serious?
Come on,
bro. Nice
I got game like that. Come on.
Love it.
And no, so she's downsizing. So we're going through things, and things have to. Can't keep collecting anymore. When you get one thing, something's got to go.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a hoarder myself. I get into collecting something, and it just doesn't stop. There's millions of things in whatever you want to collect. That's so cool. I can't imagine how that guy felt, because that's something that was pretty rare. And here's a guy who grew up in there, and it was rare for him. He made that dude's day.
Yeah, it just worked out, right? I just thought it was cool that I saw it at some antique store and got it, and I just thought it was cool. But for him, it was meant to get to him.
Yeah. That's so cool. Andrew, thank you so much.
All right,
man.
Mike,
I'm glad
you
for you being here. Congrats on winning the Illinois Coach of the Year.
Thank you very much.
When we talk about the top high school states in the country for, overall, produces the best athletes, of course, we quickly do the California, Texas, and Florida, maybe. But I've said for a long I coached, and I'm a little biased because I coached high school in Illinois. I think Illinois is the top 5.
Yeah, I think we just need, unfortunately, the weather doesn't work out. And if we had 3 more weeks, our times and our results would be just that much better.
But you guys and gals are coaching your tails off, man. It's quite amazing. It's a fun state meet to go to. We're actually now, so starting in 2026, we're going to provide all the equipment for the boys and girls state meet. We're pumped for that. So we're excited to always support our in-state. We've been in state for our entire lives, 100 plus years. So we're excited to continue to invest into our Illinois athletes and coaches. So
all right.
Be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Andrew, thank you, man. Again, congratulations, brother.
Hey, thank you.
Awesome job. That's amazing. We're just learning so much coming into the come on in about our coaches. I nailed it with this question, right? Let's get away from being coaches, and again, no bigger fan, so I love that aspect of it, but let's learn who the people are, and so having a lot of fun with that. Okay, we have our next guest here. Introduce yourself.
I'm Dylan May from LeTourneau University.
Where in the, because this has got to be a question you hear all the time. Where the hell is LeTourneau University?
I think Barstool Sports wrote an article about, or joked about.
Is that right?
Yeah, we were on McNeese State's preseason schedule.
Yeah,
and they're like, what the heck is this French LeTourney school?
LeTourney, right.
But we're in Longview, Texas, East Texas. From here in Dallas, it's about 2.5 hours down the interstate.
Division III.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
School's been around for quite a while.
Yeah, 75 years.
Yeah. That's a while. That's not, there's still schools popping up.
Yeah.
There's also schools closing down, unfortunately. But no, LeTourneau's got a history and has been around for quite a while. Actually has a really interesting history in regards to how it was created 70 plus years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. So it's really neat. Now, Dylan, you were a guest on the Gill podcast. Thank you so much for being on that. For those who didn't listen to it, how did you get to LeTourneau? How did you get to Longview, Texas?
Yeah.
I don't hear necessarily a Texan accent.
No, not in the least. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. Went to the University of Montana. Most of my family's from Montana.
That's right.
And then after college and running there, moved to Boulder, Colorado. That's where I met my wife. She works for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
That's right.
And I was teaching high school and coaching a little bit. And
it's still doing some running.
Running here and there, and getting just to know the Boulder crowd. I had a great track club out there, and the coach I still think of and kind of go back to for some workouts. But yeah, when my wife and I got married, had the conversation of like, hey, I love teaching, but I love coaching more. What does that look like full time? And that's where we started having the graduate assistant conversation.
Right.
And then just, the way the Lord works, position opened up at Messiah University that we had never heard of before, let alone it's in central Pennsylvania, like Harrisburg, Hershey, Lancaster, that whole area. But yeah, I mean, that's where the door of the Lord opened. So we followed it. We were there for 2 years, worked under Coach Vogelsanger. And then from there, we went to, Virginia Wesleyan for a year. And that's where, really started hosting my first meets, Virginia Beach Sports Center, everything like that, that amazing facility. And then it's just crazy. That ties right into a job opening at LeTourneau. And the professor who taught my first class in grad school had recently become the AD at LeTourneau. And so when there was an opening,
I'm actually surprised, but I do remember you telling me this.
I know, like
but I'm
crazy,
like, oh, yeah,
small world.
Wow.
And so when he had an opening, he was like, hey, do you know anyone who would be interested? I'm like, I'm interested. I would love to. So
what is, tell me something, I'm kind of T-balling this up, T-balling it, softballing it, whatever. I sucked at both the sports, so it doesn't matter. What's something that's exciting going on there at LeTourneau? What's got you excited about the upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, biggest thing, we're about 6 months, a little over 6 months from our new indoor facility being all set up.
Yes.
I heard next month or so, I think the rubber's getting poured. So, like, I just, my wife and I, and we have a new position, assistant athletic director for the Air Dome.
Oh, sure.
So we have an admin position. Like, he's going to be running all the meets and everything.
Yeah. It's one of the most overlooked parts of a facility like this is like, hey, man, you build it. Someone's got to, you don't just let it sit there. You got to do something with it.
It's a revenue generator for the university. Well, someone's got to generate all that revenue.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, Brad's been incredible. And he has he was a softball coach at LeTourneau about 20 years ago before he went up to Taylor. Yeah. And wanted to come back to East Texas, and family was down here. So a second stint for him.
Now, you're a little underselling this. You already kind of gave one hint because this is a unique facility here. One uniqueness is this is a dome, one of these air domes or what. I don't know much about them. I'm actually a little marveled at them because it's just like, how is this? Like, I'm just not very smart. So I'm like, how's this physics working? It's like, that's a pretty unique thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen some like indoor football practice facilities that have that like tarp canvas top on them, very similar setup. The only difference is ours is never coming down.
Right.
And then probably the question I get the most is like, well, yeah, I mean, sometimes we get like tornadoes or crazy weather in East Texas, like any part of the country. How's it going to handle that?
Right.
And I think I was told it's like the same one that the Houston Texans have. And it withstood like the hurricane.
They've had a few.
And all the weather they get just fine.
And maybe this is a tough question, Dylan. Maybe you can't practice the javelin inside.
Yeah, I mean, you can always find a way.
What would happen?
Right. I mean,
first of all, to your point about it can survive storms, which means trees are blowing through. It's got to be like unbelievably puncture proof.
So, if you were to think of if there was a puncture, right? Well, there are probably a dozen doors around the perimeter that are like emergency exit doors.
Right.
You could have every one of those doors open and the front door open, and it would stay standing.
Really?
It just, gale force winds might kick up just to keep the thing inflated.
I thought, because I went to Washington State several years ago now, and if I remember correctly, they had not a rotational door, but like almost like what you'd imagine like a spaceship. You walked into a room, closed the door behind you, and then you opened the door to actually get in, like a zone, if you will.
Yeah, an airlock.
Yeah.
So we have one of those for ADA purposes.
Oh, sure.
But then we have a rotating door as well. Okay. And then there's a garage door.
But you're saying I can have the doors open?
You can.
Completely.
Yeah,
like
you can.
Like
not
my
advised.
Small little brain does it like, why doesn't it just, fall down? It's just amazing to me. That's the sound it would make, by the way. Yeah.
The dome has.
Hey, man, I've been at this for 2.5 hours.
You're cooking, man. You're getting deep. You're getting deep in the archives.
And we're not done because at 9:00 tonight on my Twitter exclusively, so at Mike Cunningham, we're doing a Hot Wings challenge with interviews for that. Yeah, you're
Word's
welcome.
getting around.
Yeah, come on over. It's not my room, so come on over. We got hot sauces from a local manufacturer.
Okay.
Right here in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I cheated. I had I'm on a big pad thai kick.
Yeah.
So I had chicken pad thai the other day in the hotel,
Okay.
and he's got a tropical thai, and I was like, well, I went ahead and opened it. It's on the mild side, but it tasted amazing. So anyway, how do we keep this thing from going down?
So there's the whole fans in the system, and if you really want, I can go find all the numbers specifically.
Don't. It's not worth it. It goes right over my head.
The fans have a software that just like it even registers for weather. So depending on the weather pattern that is coming in.
Oh, the fans. They're a variable fan.
Yeah. Yeah. And so if there's like, for example, like a big heavy rain coming in, the facility is actually going to overflate a little bit to get that like greater tensile strength and water.
Yeah. Okay.
Right,
see, you used a big word there. That's crazy though. I think my small little brain was like, oh, it's constant. It's variable. That makes more sense. Okay. So we got this big dome. That's crazy. How big's the track?
200 hydraulic.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really special.
In Longview, Texas.
I know. All places.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I remember when Troy, my alma mater, the greatest university in the world, and they built this basketball facility. Troy was there, so it's going to be 10 years ago now. And we went down, brought my wife down. They played played Mississippi State in basketball to open up the stadium on Friday, and then played Navy in football at home on Saturday. So it was kind of fun weekend, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, so we go and we beat Mississippi State.
How about it?
Right, exactly, which is the last place I coached at. So there's a lot of connections. But I remember sitting there, and I'm in Troy, Alabama, and it's the place I found my faith. There's a reason why one of my tats is my university, and I just remember thinking, this is not supposed to be in Troy, Alabama. This is supposed to be, I don't know, Auburn or Alabama.
Yeah,
it's just amazing. So, but I love that our schools, that I don't want to say non-traditional, but non-Power 4, I guess. I don't like saying that either. But I love that in Longview, Texas, Fraternal University is getting this first-class track facility.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, a lot of the credit goes to my predecessors and just like the vision that
great
they
human
cast.
beings, by the way.
Yeah,
I love them.
I know. Yeah, and the vision that they cast for the facility, and the university is like, hey, we're thinking about building an outdoor track, and they're like, I mean, the way I've been told the story goes is like, there's a lot of schools with outdoor tracks.
Do you know them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I saw them get their big award earlier tonight. So
great people.
I've met them a couple of times.
Good,
but I mean,
I want to make sure that
you talk about like big shoes to fill.
No
coming
doubt.
after them.
No doubt.
And like beloved by the team too. So
they're pretty special. They're awesome. Love them.
Yeah,
known them for a long time. We used to coach. Tara and I used to coach in the Jayhawk conference against each other, and then she and I used to coach against each other in the MAC. So love them. They're just great human beings. Just love them. Okay, Dylan, that's amazing, and it's going to be transformational for your team, for the Longview area, for the school. It's going to be amazing, and I truly believe that healthy things grow. So I love that they're investing in your program, investing in athletics there at LaTourneau. So I'm really happy for that. This year, we're not done yet.
Okay,
no, you ain't get out of it just yet. This year, what's up, boss? I love that guy. You know Lance Harder, man? One of the most amazing human beings in this world. I love him. This year, so we always have a theme. So like last year, the theme was my former boss, Sue Parks, just joined us on Instagram. Sue, how are you? Love you to death. Last year, I made everybody do a prediction, so we could a year later. We're not going to do that with you.
Okay.
This year, we're doing something a little different. So everybody calls you coach, rightfully so. It's a revered title, and there's no bigger fan of track and field coaches than myself. But I want to put that to the side, and I want to know more about Dylan. So Dylan, I just know there's something that you're a nerd about, that you're passionate about, that you're a geek about. It could be, I want to visit every state in the country. I don't know. It could be, I want to collect a little state spoon. You're probably too young to know that people used to collect spoons. Yeah. It's the weirdest thing in the world. You're a Hummel figure guy. I don't know. You like Disney. There's something that you are just, I collect this. I do this. I'm a nerd about this. You can ask me anything. I know everything. What's that for you, Dylan?
I did go through the baseball card phase growing up, and
they're all worthless now.
But I loved it.
I know. Same.
But I'd say like when I was in college, being in Montana, we had a couple of national parks right nearby. I had grown up in Washington State too, Like I grew up probably an hour and a half from Mount Rainier, and just having, I started in college. Every time I went to National Park, buying a little art decal.
Yes.
And so, I went up to Glacier usually every Memorial Day when I was in college, because the going to the Sun Road that goes across it is like open to the top of Lake McDonald.
Right.
The parking lot's called Avalanche Lake.
That's a terrible thing.
So it's beautiful.
It's scary.
It's beautiful. And the rest of it is all opened up to. It's closed to traffic, but you can get on your bike or you can hike.
Okay.
It's like 17 miles up to the top, like 3,000 feet of elevation.
Okay.
But like just going up to Glacier and going
So you're
down
a
Yellowstone. Yeah, I mean,
what are you doing? You're collecting some kind of postcard.
Yeah.
They do for kids. Yeah, you could still do this. I don't think there's an age restriction. They do a stamp for those things. My kids have done that for the Hawaiian ones and stuff like that. So are you like, what's your geekdom about it? Like, are you trying to visit all of them? The ones that you do go to, you like to run a 5K at each one. What's your besides nature?
I think
that's not bad.
It's just like, I don't know. I just enjoy, like, I guess if I psychoanalyze myself, my wife's in grad school to be a counselor right now too.
Oh boy, give me a break.
If I were to think about it in that regard, like, I think growing up, summers in central Montana on the farm, and everyone calls it the middle of nowhere, and it's just this type of thing of like, well, it's not the middle of nowhere, it's where my family is. And like, you look at the horizon, we got mountains all around us. There's like 4 or 5 different, little independent mountain ranges off the Rockies.
Yeah.
And, it's just one of those things, like, these national parks, they're usually in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? But the beauty there is
outstanding.
Immaculate.
Is there one that you haven't been to that's like on your bucket list? Like, man, I got to get to.
Well, being new to Texas, want to get down to Big Bend.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe next summer my wife and I will take a trip out there. So I've been to Hawaiian volcanoes.
We did that.
Yeah, and it was awesome. I'm trying.
One
that was in my backyard growing up, North Cascades.
Okay.
Like I grew up, we'd go to Lake Chelan. That's kind of like on the backside of it, and then like North Cascades, really, it's not that far from where I grew up, but I never made it out there.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, like, went to Olympic National Park growing up, especially go fishing in the ocean, like you driving around it, and went to Mount Rainier to go skiing and snowboarding. But North Cascades has been one.
You got to get that one.
Yeah. So getting there, and I'm trying to think of, we live in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
We're on the East Coast, and we don't make it up to Maine to go to Acadia.
Really?
So that was one that, like, my wife and I were like, we really missed out.
You need to be a bigger geek about these things. Is what I'm hearing.
I made it to a handful.
That's cool.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
Dylan, thank you so much, brother.
Absolutely.
First of all, for being a track coach, again, I tell track coaches, and I really mean this, if you don't do what you do, I don't get to do what I do. And so that means a lot to me that you choose, because you're a very smart guy. You can be doing a lot of other things that are as good into society, but you choose to be a track coach, so I'm grateful for that. And then with this new facility, grateful and humbled that you would choose us for it as well. I do believe, it's one thing to make and sell track equipment, and that's great. It's a lot of fun. But what I've noticed in my 20-year career of doing a lot of these facilities is, and I mean this when I said it earlier, it's transformational for that area.
Yeah.
You're going to have kids. There'll be kids that join track and other sports that would not. They just well, there's no track. Why should I do? And what you're going to do for that program there specifically at Returno as well, you're going to give kids access to a very good college education that wouldn't have that chance necessarily if you're not in your staff aren't doing what they're doing and have a facility like this. So truly grateful for you, and just proud of you, man. Really am.
Thanks, Mike. Always great talking to you. Always great seeing you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much. Go see more parks, especially the ones at your house where you live. For crying out loud.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Come on. Yeah, absolutely. You're not one to be shy. Come on.
I'm not.
I learned from a friend that just joined us on Instagram, INK, Imagine Not Knowing. And I've always remembered that from you, Rick. So thanks for enlightening me of what that means. Pick it up, man. Enlighten me of what that means, and you and your family, and what you do for coaching. So thank you, Rick. Appreciate you joining us. Introduce yourself, my friend.
So I am Sarah Clemmy. I am the head cross country and track and field coach at Lakeland University in Wisconsin.
Sarah, two things. Scoot up just a little bit for me. and bring that mic a little bit closer to your mouth. Now, Sarah, you joined us last year, right? Or was it 2 years ago?
Yep. 2 years
Okay.
ago, yeah.
And you were not Sarah from Lakeland in Wisconsin.
I was not.
Yeah. Tell us about this new opportunity.
Yeah, so when I first joined you, I was a GA at Parkside, also in Wisconsin.
Because I have that shirt. Thank you.
Yeah. I need to get you another one from Lakeland.
That's right. The shirt size has gone up, unfortunately, but we'll talk off camera about that.
I get that. And then I was at Purdue Northwest in Indiana. And then I got this job at Lakeland. So
yeah,
a bunch of moving.
And this is your head coaching job, and you're super. This is always interesting to me. I'm not sure. I think it's kind of an egotistical statement, so I kind of shy away from it sometimes. But I think I am the person in this world that has gone more in depth in coaches than anybody else. I'm on podcast for 2 hours with everybody, and we're getting too close to 350. It was a small bar to get there, but I'm always interested. Being the head coach, it's a whole different ball game as you're learning, and you're still so young. And I don't know that there's necessarily until you've coached for 10 years, you don't know what it means. I don't know that I buy into that, but I do know how I was. I'm going to say mature-wise, and I'm talking about the whole enchilada here, not just the stupid things I did at your age and how I am and do now. What's been the biggest challenge for you of being you're in the big chair? What would I say? The buck stops here. It all stops with you now. Where as a GA and as an assistant, it's like, I don't know, head coach, what you want to do about that? Well, now, Sarah, what do you want to do about that? What's been your biggest challenge so far?
That's a good question. Honestly, probably just not having to ask anyone to buy things that I need.
Oh, sure.
Because I went to I had to buy some spikes and batons and that sort of thing. And I almost went to the AD and I was like, can I actually buy this?
And the AD's like, look, I didn't hire you to come talk to me about that.
Yeah, luckily I did it, but I was like, I feel like I need to because I had for 3 previous years. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. So, but
So kind of understanding what I'm hearing is kind of understanding that autonomy that it's kind of maybe a harsher way of saying it, but hey, we hired you to do a job. Go do the job.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Come to me with the important things, but this ain't one of those.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, luckily, both of my bosses have been you get full autonomy with because I would obviously I coach the throws. So you get the autonomy to do their training and their practices and that sort of thing. But for equipment, because throws equipment is expensive, you need to come to me for that. So now I'm hey, I could buy this. Yeah. Obviously, they're still expensive.
Right. That didn't change.
But I'm hey, I could buy this if I need it. And so it's really cool.
And do you have a staff there?
No, unfortunately. So it's just me as a full-time coach, obviously, and then I sort of have staff for spring, next semester, this upcoming semester. I will a couple of part-times, but I'm the full-time assistant. Yeah. I'm not even a full-time assistant.
It's hard to even say. That's awesome. I love that.
I'm the full-time coach, I guess.
The reason I ask is one of the things that I continue to learn from the podcast is we're overall, there's some that are, but overall, we're not doing a great job of our current head coaches helping our current assistant coaches become future head coaches. And honestly, as I said that out loud, I'm not sure that's part of the job description either, but we learn a lot on the fly when we get that first head coaching job. Now, I do kind of like at your age and stage that you're going to flub and make a lot of mistakes, but do it now.
Yeah.
And then when you're 30 and 40, I don't make those mistakes anymore. I did that when I was a youngin,
Yeah.
So I do kind of like getting that out of the way, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one of the things that our administration and our head coaches are not, well, I'll put this on the administration, that we're not doing a very good job of it. You're going to grow Lakeland there, is we don't do anything educational wise about hiring and firing / evaluating our staffs.
Yeah.
That is almost always on the fly. And that concerns me because that puts people in positions that they're not ready or not right for them.
Yeah.
It obviously affects the kids maybe in a potential negative way. Have you thought about what that means, eventually you're going to have to say, hey, I need a distance coach. Give me resumes. And how do I evaluate that? There's hiring your best friend, which is not always the greatest thing. You know, those kind of things. Have you thought about that development of your career?
Yes and no.
Sure.
Luckily, I have been a part of a bunch of hiring committees
Oh,
already.
okay.
Like not only as like myself as a candidate, obviously, but also like when I was in college, we were hiring an assistant. So I was a part of that committee because I obviously took leadership roles
Because you're a leader.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then as a GA, I did multiple hiring committees.
Love this.
Yeah. So I have like learned how to like evaluate resumes, which has been really helpful. And honestly, like I think head coaches need to put more responsibilities on their GAs.
Yes.
Like
And
basically
their
treat them
assistants,
basically treat them as like a full-time assistant or like almost like a little version of yourself, because then you prepare like coaches for like being a head coach. Like I feel prepared. Like obviously there are things that I haven't done, like budgeting, that kind of thing. But like I've done a lot of things already as like an assistant or as a GA, and like I credit that to me being ready for it.
And obviously you have, because you know, the administration at Lakeland has a vested interest in you being successful, or whoever they were going to hire to be successful. So they had to pick someone they felt like, all right, this person could be successful. So you of course had to have had some of those experiences. And you know, some assumptions here, but they're smart individuals. They also know, okay, look, guys, she hasn't been a head coach before. She hasn't coached for a long time. So there's going to be some things, budgeting, that we're just going to do a little hand-holding. Teachers, we hired her because she's smart and can adapt. So you want to do this 2 years from now. This first year or two, guys, let's make sure we're paying attention so they can help you, because they want to see you succeed, so they can help you succeed.
Yeah, luckily they have been very supportive.
Awesome.
Like,
Love that.
Yeah, honestly, that's basically the reason why I took this job, is to do that, or is because like the admin is so supportive. Like I wouldn't have taken it if the AD wasn't supportive.
Right.
I've been a part of those admin.
I hope that's true, Sarah. It's easy to say because you didn't have that situation, but sometimes we take jobs because of the name or the title, and we know it's not a good fit. But we're like, we'll figure it out. And it's like, you become miserable, they become miserable. So I really do hope that's true, because I want to see longevity from you, and whether it's 40 years you're at Lakeland, or it's 4 and you move on somewhere else. I just want it to be a good experience.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be there for a long time, because like once I build this program, because it's rebuilding basically, that's going to be my baby. Like I don't want to leave it. So I'm hoping to be there for a while, obviously.
And you're from Wisconsin.
I am. Yeah, I'm actually from the area that Lakeland is in. So it's like it's
so home, not just home state, home.
Yeah.
Well, I love this even more, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay. All right, Sarah. This year, you were here with us. We do a theme every year. I can't remember what the theme was for your year, but last year it was like we asked everybody to make a prediction that we could come check on in a year. This year, we're taking your title of coach and setting it aside. And, it's a big title. No one loves it more than me. I want to know more about Sarah. So Sarah, there's something that Sarah is a nerd about, a geek about. You there's a show you binge watch. You collect Yu-Gi-Oh card. I don't even know what that is. Whatever. There's something you are that's not track, that you are just, boy, the kind of this. You want to know about my geek? I'm a geek about X. What is that for you?
That's a good question. I honestly feel like track is a lot of it, but I love my cat to death. I love cats.
You're a cat person. Now that has a lot of stereotypes to it.
Yeah, I'm very much a cat person.
How many cats?
So I personally have one, but like my family.
You scared me a little bit, because the right answer is one, but then I was like, oh my God, we're about to hear. But you in your apartment or house, whatever.
Yeah.
You have one.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
What's cat's name?
Her name is Squeakers.
Yeah, I knew it's a good name. Your face lit up when I said, what's her name? Like, I can't wait to say
I
this.
love her.
How long have you had Squeakers?
I have had her. So the story is a little bit weird.
Sure. I love that. Go ahead.
So, we had one cat and we had to put her down, unfortunately, because she like threw a clot in her shoulder. Yeah, and then she was part of a bonded pair that we adopted. So then he was lonely, so we got some kittens, and my parents were like, we can't just have one kitten, because he was like 12 at the time, so he was like an old cat.
That's old. Yeah.
So we got 2 kittens, like a guy, obviously, or not obviously. I keep saying obviously.
At least you catch yourself. Obviously, you already know it's a boy cat, because obviously.
You don't know, but one was a boy and one was a girl. And then my dad fell asleep, like took a nap when we had the appointment to get Guy fixed. So they ended up having kittens. Luckily, it was only 2, but my mom was like, "We're gonna get rid of these kittens." So I've had and Squeakers was one of the kittens,
One of the litter, yeah.
and so we ended up having 5 eventually, and then my one cat, the older cat, passed away in 2019. So it's been a bit, but we still have the 4. My brother has the other 3. But so I've had her basically.
So he's a cat dude. He's got the other 3.
Yeah. But
what's Squeaker's talent? Squeaker runs to you every time you come home. Can do a flip in the air on command. What's Squeaker's talent?
So I think it's due to her birth, but she's a little bit dumb. I love her to death, but she's a little
They say
dumb.
that about me, Sarah. So I'm kind of connecting with Squeakers. Okay.
She's the cutest cat, but she's a little bit dumb. She's very friendly though. Like I love her to death, but I've trained her to, like, if I do like a kissing or like noise, she'll come and like headbutt me.
Yeah.
That's basically her talent.
Like not headbutt, like boom, but like they press.
Yeah.
I saw that recently somewhere because the internet's nothing but cats. That is their sign of like either love or trust. I can't remember which one. They go hand in hand, obviously, but like that's a big deal when cat does. Yeah. That's so cool. Sarah, thank you so much. I love Squeakers now. I appreciate that. And, grateful for you. I think if I remember correctly, when you sat down with us 2 years ago, right, we said we didn't know each other. You kind of took a little bit of a flyer trusting me. And I still, I've done a lot of interviews, right? That interview, for many reasons, still sticks with me a lot.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
I love that.
So, I feel a little kinship towards you, just like rooting for you on the sidelines here. I think it's actually a little hard. I want to say that my memory tells me, but I'm old, that I immediately shot you an email saying congratulations. However, when people get new jobs, they don't have their emails usually. So I'm like, I probably didn't do that. But at least in my heart, please know that I was just so happy for you.
You did comment a bunch, so
I thought I did some. Okay,
I don't know if it was an email, but it was definitely multiple comments.
Yeah,
so,
okay. That makes me feel better. I thought I did something because just rooting for you so much and just love that you continue to grow in this sport and I love that you get to continue to love on Squeakers as well. Sarah, thank you so much.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
you.
you for
Love you to
having
death.
me.
I still get a hug.
Yeah. Love you too.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for being
thank
here. Yep. Are you going to anchor us? You going to anchor us? No. Yeah. No. Are you going to anger us? No. You're going to anchor. I've been working on it. The sleeve. Yeah,
I know a little different. Got a little.
You still look, man. It doesn't matter. Pick that up. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Are you guys going? Because I know we're fishing. Yeah, would you? Fishing's my last one here, and then we'll clean up and head to our next event. All right. Scoot up just a little bit. Make sure the mic is near your mouth, and introduce yourself, my friend.
Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Malik Burns. I am the throws coach and the recruiting coordinator for the University of Ed Carter Work.
And you lost at least 50 pounds just from getting a haircut.
You know something? I really wanted to.
It was a good look though, bro. Yeah. I liked it. Like it kind of fit you. You know what I'm saying?
16 years. So
right.
So let's see.
Now I'm dumb. And I'm not black. So help me. Was all of that real? You said 16 years.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is that a dumb question? Is that like a dumb white guy question? I'm okay.
I mean, there are some people that like to put hair in their head.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. I know there is.
Where I came up, I ain't.
So that
I'm not
was,
faking the
and
funk.
that took 16 years.
16
what
years.
made? Why? Why'd you cut it off?
You want to know the truth?
I do.
All right, it was Monday. I was like, do I want a haircut? Thursday, I got a haircut. It wasn't no whole super.
No, a girl rejected you. No. I'm gonna honor my mom. No. She always wanted me to cut it. It was like,
Well, my mom got locks too, so she the last one. She the last one in the family.
She was kind of rooting for it then, so she could be even more special.
Well, this is the first time she can say in about, I don't know, 13, 14 years.
Right.
And then she say she has longer hair than me. So
That's crazy. That's a crazy statement.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now, when you were with us last, you weren't at UIW.
No, Marion Military
You were at
Institute.
Marion Military
Yes, sir.
Institute with
Yes,
good friend Chad Valentine.
Yeah.
And now you're at UIW, which
Yes, sir.
I am hearing a lot of good things. I don't know much about it. San Antonio,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
How did you find about this opportunity, and why go from the great state of Alabama over to
Yeah.
the great state of Texas?
Yeah. So, you know, the way I want to kind of move in my career is one easy principle. I want to leave because of the opportunity I can't pass up. You know, if I said no to this opportunity, it'll be a horrible decision that I'll regret, right? And the reason why is because it started from when I was an athlete. You know what I mean?
Right.
We in the Southland Conference. I graduated from Southeastern Louisiana, so I know about the Southland Conference.
That's right.
And, you know, as I was working my way up, grinding, I noticed a lot of the coaches, you know, those coaches went off to go to other places, big places, and have success, and not just from the, you know, the march perspective, but success as in, hey, they can do it anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So when the opportunity came for like, hey, somebody's looking, yes, it's not at Southeastern.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love to be at Southeastern, but at the end of the day.
But you're in San Antonio.
Yeah. But
that's kind of a cool city.
It's too much traffic.
No, it's huge. No. It's actually a city that I kind of forget that is actually in the top 5, maybe. I think it is. Yeah, worse it's top 10, but I think it's top 5 of how effing big it is.
Yeah.
But it's just a neat. Maybe it's because I go to town. No offense, Dallas. I come to Dallas all the time for stuff, right? Recently going about once a year, actually, San Antonio. But it's just a neat.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I'm still, you know, that's been my goal. Like, hey, try to become more than a coach, because you know how the grind is. I'm just trying to be the best coach ever, but it's different going from about 3,000 people to 1.5 million.
No, you went drastic.
Yeah. And that was my first big city.
I went to high school in Little Town, Alabama, and then moved to Chicago. So I get everything. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm from a small town like that, so that's what made it. You know,
what if I remember right, UIW, the Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Division I.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
and. Did I see somewhere fastest growing school in the country or something? I might be making that up.
Might be. You know, on my side, you know, you walk into campus every day, you get used to seeing the same kids until that freshman class come in the fall. But
how many students roughly for UIW?
So being partially the housing coordinator, I start thinking about it as like beds on campus.
Yeah.
But I think we got about around like 2,500, you know, around that area, maybe a little bit more.
I would have thought bigger just because San Antonio.
Well, that's what I mean.
Fairly new school though? No. Okay. But new program.
Ish. About, I think, Coach Ruder said this is about 20, maybe the 25th, 26th.
Oh,
year.
yeah.
You know, so
I know nothing about UIW.
It's so. But compared to all the other programs that's been,
is it maybe moving to Division I? Why am I hearing more about UIW today? Because that's what I'm thinking. It's like new. It's like, in the last few years I've heard a lot about UIW, but not 10 years ago.
Well,
why am I hearing more about
I think
it?
It's a good school. You know, sports. You know, a little down year this year, but you know that happens with every university. But
you know what's cool about having a down year? Well, that means you had a good year.
Yeah. No,
if it's just normal, it's like, well, that's
definitely. You know, I think more people probably heard it due to, you know, this was the first school Cam Moore went to before he transferred to Washington State and went to Miami.
Right.
Yes.
So
I
probably heard that.
Somewhere. But you know, all the sports, you know, we trying to, you know, click on all centers. And I think it's a compliment. That means we're doing something good if you know about it.
Agreed. Absolutely. Okay, so this year, you know, every year we do a theme, right? I can't remember what your theme was when you were on here, but this year we're taking the title of coach and putting it to the side. And I actually, if you give me some kind of fake answer, I know at least a decent answer for this for you. There's something that you are just a nerd about, a geek, something that, you know, you're trying to collect a postage stamp from every football play. I don't know. There's something that that's not track, that you're just a geek. You're binge watching show, etc. What's that? What's that about you?
Yeah, that's my mom. It'd probably still be video games.
Yeah, that's where I was going with you.
That's still my thing. Yeah, I love it.
What are you playing?
So right now I'm playing Silent Hill 2
remake. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big survival horror game. You know, we still haven't played Fortnite.
I know, because I don't play with other people. Although I'll tell you a story about that in a second. But keep going. Yeah. Were you video games from the jump like as a young kid?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Taught myself how to play video games. You know, so that's kind of how I fell in love with it. You know, it's one of the things where at least this is like the most you can interact, you can change the outcome instead of watching the movie knowing like don't go in there.
Right. Yeah. I can go or not go in there. Right.
And it's like, you know.
So you're maining Silent Hill 2? Talking about what you're working
Silent
on?
Hill 2, that's been my jam. I play a little college football, you know.
Yeah. I
typical,
can never get into those. What has been your, in that genre? That's a very popular genre. What's been your favorite game in that?
Probably maybe Resident Evil 7,
Oh,
because that's what
these have been
started.
good. Yeah.
That's what started. So.
Would you call a precursor to those Doom? I'm just trying to think of the horror. But that's more FPS.
I think that we put Doom as like they have a name for it.
Yeah, that more revolutionized first-person shooters. But it was in the horror genre, alien genre. Yeah. So. Funny story. So you mentioned my tattoos off the bat, working on a sleeve, and so everything's part of my life, right? And so you see that one there. Now that most things have more than one representation. So for one, that represents poker. I play poker professionally, right? So it's the spade, right? That makes a lot of sense. But my favorite character in Fortnite, Midas, has this exact same tattoo in the exact same location. He's the white guy that's tatted all over.
I remember.
So I got it in the exact same location.
His tattoo glow like if you got him to
you land it goes gold. Midas. Exactly. Yeah.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
How you still play poker?
I do. Yeah. When I'm at a place that I haven't played at, I will play to get my chips. So one of my geekdoms, Fortnite obviously, is still collecting poker chips.
That's dope.
In Grand Prairie was a place that I hadn't played. So I was there the other night. Beautiful, almost like big Las Vegas, like Venetian, a lot like the big casinos out there. This was a poker room. I had probably 50 tables, a full, like huge bar, marble floor. I mean, it was
nice.
It was really full menu, like Chilean sea bass on their menu, like what poker room guy goes to. I didn't eat that, but whatever. It was kind of amazing. So I spent a quick hour there, doubled up, won a couple hundred, and so that's good for me. I got my chip, and
that's dope. That's dope. I don't know how to play poker until play Red Dead Redemption.
That's why I've seen that. That shows up on the poker forums every once in a while. I'm like, guys, it's a video game. Get out of here.
And best believe I won't play poker.
I was just about to say, here's what's smart about you. You realize that, so you stay away from it. That's how I used to make a living, was people who didn't know how to play, but still showed up. Never good.
I mean, it's some people got to learn the hard way. Some people got to learn by doing.
Some people got to pay my rent.
Yeah, and it's part of the game. It's part of the game,
Oh man, it's always good, my friend. With hair, without hair, brother.
Yes, sir.
You're a good-looking dude, and love you to death. And thank you so much for being a coach and for being a friend, man. We've gotten to know each other through the MMA, and I think we got a long time together.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I gotta grind a little bit more so I can feel more comfortable to get on that.
Gotta do anything, brother. You just gotta keep pouring into young people and pouring into your family. That's all that matters.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your value to me is not where you coach and what owner. Your value is that you work in our sport and affect young people positively, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, baby.
Thank
you, Mike.
Appreciate you.
First person I came to.
I
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Okay, hey, man. What a marathon. 3 hours, 14 minutes. And we did a new thing on Instagram as well. Rob, I don't know if you're still here, man, but I love you, man. You're my teammate and ride or die. Thank you so much for being on the team here. Had a lot of fun here. We're not done. Remember, check out twitch.tv/Gill Athletics for all of the podcasts, running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you go there, type in the comments, !quote, and a cool little thing happens. Let me know what pops up for you. And then tonight, in about maybe an hour, a little less than an hour, we'll go live on Twitter, and we're going to have a hot wing contest / interview over there at Mike Cunningham on Twitter. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. This is one of the greatest weeks of my year here at the USTFCCCA. I love coaches. I love what they do. I'm just so grateful for them being track coaches, because you could be doing a lot of other things in a positive manner, but you choose to pour into other people's kids, and that allows me to have a family and do the fun things that I get to do, and I get to do it every day with an amazing squad, amazing team at Gill Athletics. I'm grateful for them as well. All right, that's it. We're done with the live show. Thank you so much. We're going to check out Instagram. We're going bye-bye, and we're going bye-bye over on I almost said Twitter, on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.